Episode 14 rerun on the title for me.
Episode 14 rerun is on the title, but that is not what is actually happening because we are live Thursday night with Nerd League Gaming's Edgelords and Murder Hobos, baby.
Woo!
Fox, you can fix that, can't you?
I can try.
Yes! Oh, my main man.
I can damn well try.
Well, you know, there's in fact, while we're at it, there's another thing. Oh, I have time, because you know why? Because it's Thursday, and we are playing D&D, and there's not many better places in the world to be, in my opinion, than right here with this group of amazing people. And that's for real. That's a for real sentiment. Last week, we had quite an event happen in the game. One of our beloved NPCs was accidentally killed through a tragic series of unfortunate events that were
made by Roy.
Well, perhaps preventable by the party. We don't really know for sure if it was some of the party's fault or if other forces conspired to kill Auntie Ruth. But we do know that she died. I'm sorry. Before we get into that, life events. I see that the fox. I know this bothers me. I know nobody's bothered by this as much as I am. The fox is bald. He's bald.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with this whole thing. We had Chop Fox, and then Chop Fox then went to Bald Fox, and now so.
Bring back
and
Chop
then next
Fox.
week it'll be back to Beard Fox.
I think he's just showing off to show he can grow a beard in like 2 days. Like I don't know. I feel like he's just gonna rub it in my face or something. You know, like come on. Anybody else have any fun real life stories going on? Things we need to mention?
It's nothing to do with D&D, but my cousin that has been waiting for a kidney transplant had her surgery today.
Wow.
Nice.
She's doing good? Well, I guess.
Wish her speedy recovery.
She's in recovery. Everything looks good. There's no rejection so far, so...
All right, that's fantastic, man. You guys, whatever you do, thoughts, prayers, mojo, you send it. We got to go on your way there, Hector, man. That's great news, man. Great news. Glad that worked
real
out
happy
for you.
about that.
Yeah, baby, man. That's awesome. Wow. All right. Anybody else? Good news? Bad news?
Nothing really going on.
Sounds like that brings us to this week's Great Zavroski Recap. Oh, I'm gonna need like an intro for that, like the Zavroski recap.
That'd be awesome. Get some music going.
Oh yeah, Zavroski. What
Need
kind
a
of
little
music?
loot intro or something.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Anna, check Discord.
What kind of
I don't want to.
what kind of music background are you thinking for this week, Zavroski? What can I cue up for you?
I don't know, the same kind of sad tunes we had playing at the end of last session.
Sad?
Because that's kind of the theme of the whole session here.
Oh, here we go. All right, here's some sad.
10 out of 10, Hector.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Last week we picked up with a fireball explosion right outside the bar. Everyone kind of charged out to see what was happening. And we saw many bodies on the ground surrounded by people in shock. After a little bit of few moments, we noticed there was actually 9 bodies on the ground, and Jake immediately started shouting for his Auntie Ruth. Zavroski also charged into the group of hurt people to see if anyone was still alive to heal someone, and Cole went to go find out what happened with the witnesses, while Elona first took a look at the bar to see what damage there was.
Most important.
A little bit of scorched railing.
I make sure the bar's okay.
And a little bit of scorched wood on some of the building, but mostly unscathed. So when Elona joined Jake, they unfortunately found Auntie Ruth with her body and face half melted on the left side. Hopefully a quick, painless death for the most part.
That could have done that.
Could
have had her coughing and sputtering and bleeding out.
Jake, make them pay.
Put them in the
With
ashes.
that, Jake immediately started going into a wailing cry about Auntie Ruth as everyone else went about trying to figure out what happened. Zavroski did find one person still alive from the blast that he was able to heal up, and then convince him to come in for a drink to gather himself. He found his name was Erstal Bobson, and he was in the ward traveling to a friend's place, or so he said.
Totally a real name.
Yep. With that, Cole had managed to see two people that might be good to talk to. He first approached a 12-year-old boy that was kind of hiding behind a barrel watching from across the street. He told us the story that he was playing tag with his friends and chasing them, and then there was an explosion and all of his friends blew up.
Oh.
So the kid ran and hid behind a water barrel.
Tough day in the Troll Skull Alley, man.
Not only does Roy kill ants, he kills children too.
Yep, just
I mean,
a straight up
Jake did
murderer.
warn just a bunch of kids that kids who
You're
come
gonna
into our
die.
bar die. So
I warned them,
True.
told them.
People die here.
Unsafe bar, stay away.
Don't you know kids die here?
But the kid heard a plop in the water barrel after the explosion and shows Cole a necklace that he takes that seems to have some fancy gems in it. At that point, the guards are heard to be coming to figure out what happened, and during that, Zav decided to ask his new friend, Mr. Erstal, or Mr. Bobson, some questions. He's talking about how he's traveling alone to buy a book, which doesn't really match up with his original story. He also said he was in the wrong place at the wrong times, and that he's not actually on good terms with the watch, so he tries to pay Zavroski off with 10 gold to let him sneak out the back. But with that, Zavroski tries to kind of intimidate him to stay so that he ends up talking with the watch so that everyone can find out what's going on. And a standoff ensues where Zavroski sees that he's not going to listen and begins to try and cast a spell, but first gets slightly stabbed, but managed to finish his suggestion spell to make him stay and have another drink and wait for the guards.
Have a few drinks, then drive home.
Zavroski was pretty lucky. He probably could have died there, but
That would have been, yeah. That was potentially
should have died
dangerous.
there, honestly, with who he
potentially
was
dangerous.
facing.
Slightly stabbed is a new drink at our bar.
The slightly stabbed.
Good call, good call.
and it's a little bit poisonous at the end, you know?
Yeah,
The slightly
yeah.
stabbed poisonous drink. With that, the guards came in after Zavroski managed to use his magic and called the guards in and dragged Erstal, and Zal followed out to the whole group of guards that started questioning people. With that, two higher ranked watch officials came on the scene. This is no good at all, was heard by them. Seemed to be investigators. It was Barnabas, and I didn't find out or didn't write down the second name. Do you have that name?
I do. That is
Barnabas is the shorter guy, right?
He's the talker. He's not the note taker.
He's
Barnabas.
the shorter one with glasses.
So Barnabas starts questioning the group
Saith.
and first ends up talking with Cole, who talks about the boy and actually hands over the fancy necklace to him.
They kept it.
Listen, Hector wanted to keep it. Cole
Which,
has no
as
idea what
players,
that
we
was.
knew that it was probably a necklace of fireballs, but Cole played correctly and handed it over as he didn't know what it was.
It indeed, man.
Zavroski talks about how he healed the man that ended up attacking him, and brought him back to have a drink before their confrontation, and was just trying to keep him so that the guards could question him. But Erstal, of course, denies this whole story, saying that Zavroski tried to intimidate him for money for healing him and some such rubbish. There's a bit of a squabble between the two, but the guards didn't really intervene in that and just said it's sorted with Zavroski getting the 10 gold from Erstal. With that, Renaer actually vouches for the group. Yeah, I should have just taken the 10 gold. Called it a day, but...
Damn it.
Hindsight,
With that-
2020.
Renaer actually vouches for the group's tell of the events to Barnabas, which has some weight to it since he's a well-known lord in the area and a well-known noble in the area. And with
Uh,
that, Jake was still crying over his aunt when Barnabas came up to ask him a little bit. And he goes into a mini rant with Barnabas about his aunt, a great Melshimber, being slain, and how he wants vengeance, and they need to get on this right away. And he storms off towards the Melshimber estate with Elona following, initially trying to pick up Auntie Ruth's body, but the officials managed to convince her to leave it there until their investigation.
I'm surprised at that. I thought for sure that was going to be like a big fight. Elona
It wasn't the right time to fight them. Jake was in trouble. That's more important. She went with Jake.
Oh, she's so nice.
At that point, Cole offered to help as adventurers to Barnabas in the investigation, but they kind of want to handle it themselves for the most part, but do acknowledge that we might be useful in the future. Cole ends up following Barnabas around a bit as he's questioning other witnesses. He ends up questioning Jezra Hornraven, who saw a puppet on the rooftop, and something glinted on the rooftop right before the explosion. As well, another witness, Fala Leaf Alir, who is also our botanist and potion maker or potion shop owner nearby, said that she was watering plants on the second floor and she saw a small thin creature search a body. I think they nailed it down to being a gnome's body, for rifling through the pocket and then running off to the east. And then we had a scene break and we cut to the Melshimber estate. The initial guard was new and didn't actually recognize Jake right away, and he kind of angrily stormed in and
he did the first
out.
noble thing that I've ever seen Jake do.
As he stormed through the area, heading towards where he thinks his father will be for breakfast, most people go to say hello, but then notice the wrath in his eyes. It actually seems like a purple dark energy is over his eyes in the moment as he's trying to get to the bottom of this. He shouts for where his father is, and someone stammers that he's in the regular study, and he heads towards there, entering the door, flinging it open and shouting about how Ruth has been murdered and he needs information and to get vengeance and find the killers to his father. His father, ever the calm man, tries to help get through to Jake that they are not in the business of revenge. They are in the business of justice. And someone needs to be held accountable, and justice must be done, but not vengeance. Jake argues further about getting things done his way, and again, Lord Melshimber reiterates justice, but says he'll make arrangements for Jake to get information about the investigations, and they both head back towards a cart to head back to the investigation. Before that, Elona ends up getting to chat with her dad briefly. They talk about the darkness in Jake's eyes during this whole ordeal, and her dad tells her to look out for your friend. There's a bit of an affectionate moment there as Elona says, "I love you" to her dad before leaving, a very stark contrast to their previous conversation.
Just a little.
Elona goes to talk to Jake right before they head back in the carriage, and Jake ends up going on a bit about how they will get justice in my own way, no matter what my father says. And they actually have a brief hug before they go, Elona saying, when we get a chance, we need to talk about your crazy eyes. But Jake didn't really understand what that was about. So we're back at the crime scene. Again, Lord Melshimber, we seek justice, not revenge. Another reminder, trying to nail it down into Jake. The guard's kind of clear as Lord Melshimber came through. He takes a bit of a break from his usual stoic self as he sees his sister dead on the ground, slumping a bit. And then he goes back into his usual self and talks to Barnabas about, my son is to get all of the information of this investigation. And there's no real disagreement there. After a few somber moments, Lord Melshimber departs. Zavroski, still a bit pissed off about getting stabbed, tries to talk with Jake about using some of his pull, but Urstel had already been let go. But Jake agrees that he'd vouch for Zavroski in any instance, but there's not much that he can do at this point, as there's a much larger crime to kind of deal with at the moment. As the day winds down, Barnabas is to tell us all about the information of the investigation that he has, but right before that, we come back into the bar and find Renair quite drunk, saying, "There's something I should tell you. I know the dead gnome. Apparently the gnome was a worker for Lord Neverember. He used to spy on Renair to make sure he was not doing too many terrible things, and had now contacted Renair about needing safe passage for something valuable. So several weeks ago, he disappeared, and then a message came to Renair and that he had something valuable for Lord Neverember, and that Renair thought it was a good idea to have our group handle the mission. He doesn't think that Renair himself was the target for the attack, likely the gnome and that valuable piece of information, and Renair didn't actually tell anyone else about this. During that, after hearing that, Elona snuck out and searched the gnome's body in broad daylight in front of everybody, managed to pocket a bag from the gnome and came back in. It seemed to be a pouch of gems. We found out they're not magical, but they're worth 500 gold. Renair suspects the gems would have been our payment for helping him with the valuable item. And after that, Barnabas finally comes in and goes through all of his investigation notes from the day. Lots of boring details, but he does reiterate some of the other information that Colt already heard, that a thin creature had potentially gone through the gnome's belongings before running off. Someone seeing a puppet on the roof without strings, could possibly be a Nimblewraith. It was made of copper and pale wood, had a red robe and a foppish hat and a stylized beard. And Barnabas said that the necklace that Cole turned in corroborates that whole story about the flash happening right before the explosion. From the crime scene itself, it looked like the gnome was running or avoiding some pursuers. Some of the flying snake-tattooed men, which we'd found out earlier from searching some of the bodies, had been people from the Zents that were all heading towards the bar. And from that, we got a bit of information on how the Temple of Gond is who manages the Nimblewraiths in the city, so that might be a follow-up. And after that, the briefing was complete. Elona picked up Auntie Ruth's body and headed back to the Melshimber estate to start the proper funeral proceedings for that. Everyone else came back, and a small crowd that night was gathering around the bar as the community was trying to come together in hard times. We got some candles set up and a small vigil was held. During that time, good old Croaky, Jake's contact for Elona, came by. Turns out Croaky is Elona's favorite dealer, Patty.
Small world.
I love him.
Fucking Patty.
Patty!
With that, Patty was actually a bit worried that Elona wouldn't be able to pay him since the prices had jumped up from the unfortunate incident where Wish had been kind of seized by the guard. But so the price is now 20 gold for 10 day, but Elona just kind of throws it down, buys it, and Patty has a moment of relief from that. During all this grief, Elona had slipped some wish to Jake, and during the night, they kind of both got into it to feel a bit better. And
real friends do drugs together, kids.
Elona ended up talking to Jake about his purple-eyed weirdness while he was angry,
Certainly gaming does not necessarily support the idea of friends doing
Real friends do drugs together.
Just saying our official position.
Only the best of friends.
It's not. Remember, this is a
You gotta
role
be
play.
real close.
We're all just pretending here. This is not real life advice.
And talk briefly about the purple eyes. Jake still has no idea what she's really talking about. He was just really worked up and angry. After that, Jake heads to the library as he wants to pore through some books, trying to find new sources of power. Zav ends up drinking his down his sorrows and meeting a beautiful lady from the vigil held outside to forget about the day's events. And Elona and Cole have a good old chat about Jake and Aunt Ruthie. Elona also inquires about the Raven Queen and what the Raven Queen does and what different ways there are to bring people back to life, as the night's events have stirred something in her. They sit together, comfort each other, and I believe end up cuddling a bit.
Ooh,
Aww,
cuddles.
What a sweet moment.
With that night ended, and we're on to new things. Cole had another vision about the city of the dead, and the next day plans was Zavroski's gonna look at following up with the Castellaners about their lessons, with child's lessons. Elona wanted to talk to her father about her dead mother. Cole wants to check in on his friends and then talk to Ambrose Everdon about the city of the dead. And Jake wants to just read as much as he can.
Do drugs and read.
Drugs and reading. Is there anything better? Adderall and books. Am I right?
But you really need to get that deadline. Drugs. Can that be
everybody?
Drugs.
There we are.
Oh.
And this is why we can't have nice things. This is
why we're a mature stream.
It's true.
There's a warning before we play. It's on the channel. It says mature.
Yeah.
All right. So, fantastic. Yeah. So that was last week, man. A lot of emotions, a lot of feels. Auntie Ruth is dead. You guys have.
Why do you have to keep bringing it up?
Oh, sorry.
Because we have to go to the funeral.
Yeah, Auntie Ruth is dead. But you guys have. There are a couple of leads, couple of clues on the thing. Though that said, the city watch, the detectives, in fact, assure you that this is well handled. So don't worry about that. They will find out what happened and bring the
They're
proper
supposed
people
to report to us anyways.
to justice. Yeah, or at least keep you in the loop. So, but yeah, they assure you they'll get the proper people brought to justice. Don't worry about that. This is Waterdeep. It is a city of laws and a city of lawful detectives, and they're on the job. We're always on duty. This day does indeed dawn. So you guys all have different things you're kind of looking at doing today. Let's see, Jake, your thing is relatively boring. We'll put you last. Let's see, Zav, we'll give him a chance to catch his breath. Elona and Cole, who wants to do their thing first?
Elona.
Go. No, I
Ladies
don't
first.
want to. I don't want to address
It needs
this
to
right
happen.
now.
Just let it happen.
I
Just let it
don't
happen.
want to address this right now.
Well, Cole was gonna ask Zav to go with him, so if
All right.
Zav is off somewhere else.
He's not. He hasn't
Oh.
left yet. I mean, if we're
Remember,
going,
none of these
he
are like
can find
all day-
time to go to the Castelliner and question Ambrose.
These aren't all-day activities by any means, any of these, you know. So this is just sort of like over the
Yeah,
course of today.
at the most,
these
I'm
things
just
will
going
happen.
for a conversation.
Yep.
Okay, so all right. So who's headed to City of the Dead with Cole? Cole,
Zavroski will go.
Zav, Elona,
Elona will go.
Jakey Poo.
She'll knock on Jake's door to see if Jake wants to come. I want to
What's
see
up?
what state, I want to see what state he's in. She don't push open the door. Jakey.
Eyes are bloodshot.
and there's no pupil. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no iris. It's all pupil.
It's all pupil, coke eyes, mad coke eyes. And he's got a large tome with like all sorts of crazy writing going on inside of it that he's trying to like decipher.
Are his eyes purple?
No,
Okay.
no. The anger's not there right now.
Okay. Jakey, we're gonna go talk to some people with cola. You coming?
I mean, if you guys need me to come, I'm always there for you guys. You know what's up.
I mean, I don't think we need you, but also it might be good for you to get out of this room, maybe?
Sure, sounds good. Yeah, out of the room is good. He kind of
How much of that wish did you take? Can I see if there's anywhere around the room that shows me how much he's taken?
I mean, they're capsules, so you can see.
You had 5.
There's 5 days worth. I thought.
Which
is only
is
5 pills?
Which is 5 pills.
So you can see 3 capsules open.
How many? 3?
3 capsules open. There's 3 empty capsules laying on his dresser.
I mean, you didn't take them all at once, so that's all I told you. It's fine.
Hey, I know how to follow the rules. I know how to take my drugs. Listen, I can handle myself. All right, I'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Sounds like trouble.
Maybe he should stay.
Maybe he should. Okay, well, we're gonna leave in the next couple of minutes. So if you want to join us, you can. But also, if you feel like you need to, pass out at any point, maybe you should stay.
No, I'm fine. He throws his jacket on and he's ready to go. Let's do this. Let's bust some heads.
We're just talking right now.
I can do that too.
Jake is just in the background going.
There's no music. It's just.
Okay, Elona's gonna wait till Jake leaves the room and follow him, making sure he doesn't fall down the stairs. All right, we're ready. Let's go.
All right. So you guys make your way through town to the City of the Dead. A little bit of a walk through traffic and the crowded streets of Waterdeep. You get there without any significant encounters, and you get down to the. So remember the City of the Dead. Where is my map?
Yeah, is there a guard house for that area? Because that's where we would head.
Sure. So City of the Dead is a it's a big walled compound.
We've been here before.
Not compound, but there's wall around the whole thing.
We know it at least tangentially well.
There we
We
go.
weren't supposed to be there last time we went.
And I'm gonna ask if they've noticed an orc running around the
Minute Man.
cemetery.
So you guys are in the North Ward. You kind of head down through the crowded streets, the winding crowded streets of Waterdeep, and you do get to the wall of the City of the Dead, and there is a sort of a watch station about midway through the wall on the western side of things, and you can check in there. As you guys are headed along, so you get to the wall and you're headed along the wall. You guys roll me a perception check.
I just want to point out that along the way, I feel like there's going to be at least a couple instances where Jake looks at a random stranger and goes, "Mind your business. What are you looking at?"
Elona will grab him every time he does that, she'll grab him by the shoulders and just move him back in front of her and keep him going.
The paranoia is kicking in hard.
Jesus Christ, Jakey.
All right.
Jakey, honey. Nat 20.
Whoa. All right.
Nice. Starting things off right. What was that, perception?
Yep.
I'm just going to give myself disadvantage on this because I feel like that's where I'm at. That's where my headspace is at right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact,
there you go. That's a natural
fitting.
one.
That's
He's
fitting.
seeing nothing. He's
Well,
too
Jake-
busy. Yeah, he's way too busy. Focused on the people that mean nothing.
you guys are walking along, but Jake, you do actually hear coming from inside the City of the Dead, you hear a chanting, a sort of rhythmic chanting that's low and sounds perhaps kind of far away, at least on the other side of the wall, but it's this low rhythmic chanting, and you find yourself sort of bobbing to it, and you talk about that, and everybody's kind of looking at you like, what you're doing. But then actually, Elona, you actually hear it too. There is this sort of chanting, it's like several different voices are sort of, you can't even make out any words, but it's sort of this chanting sound coming from over the wall inside the City of the Dead.
Safe. Anyone else hear chanting? Is that just me?
I just thought that was a good beat. I thought somebody was playing some music.
Yeah.
Ready? Let's do this.
Mostly all you guys.
What does it sound like, Jake?
Roy, can you elaborate on what it sounds like?
Yes. Well, like I said, there's no words. It's, do I have any... Ooh, chanting.
Kalima, Kalima! Kalima!
I wish I knew the rest of the words. That's like humumba joy, humumba joy, humumba joy.
Yeah, it's so random and quick.
Humumba joy, humumba joy, humumba joy.
Actually, what I want is here we go. Oh, it's not working.
It's like some heavy trap music.
That's what's going on in Jake's head right now.
Jake's head,
Heavy trap music.
Just nothing but bass drops.
Oh.
Maybe we shouldn't have brought Jake. I apologize.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah, let's talk to some guards while Jake's high on wish.
Why isn't this working?
Could be great.
Oh.
High is probably the understatement right now. Blasted is probably the word you want to use.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, here we go.
So it's more one of those chill things.
So we're in Monty Python.
Clack!
I had to find it. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what you guys hear over the wall. Fine.
Okay.
Fine. Just as you're passing by, it's a little hard to pick up over the din of the city all around you, but it's there. Just an oddity that you guys notice as you're walking by.
Should we be concerned about that though?
We can always ask
Nah.
Ambrose. I'm sure he knows what's going on during the day in his own City of the Dead ward.
Might be some sort of service for someone getting buried today.
I mean, there were a lot of dead people the other day. So like a lot of dead people.
It's very true.
Yes.
All right, so you guys continue on, and you get to the guardhouse area, and you talk, and there are a couple of guards sort of sitting out here, and this is a little small station. It's just a station that's just dedicated to the City of the Dead here, and you're greeted by some guards, and they say, hello.
Yes. He is Captain Ambrose Everdon here.
Yeah, he may be. Who's asking for him?
Cole Voidfang, sent by the Blackstaff.
The Blackstaff. Interesting.
And Zavroski will bring out the little emblem they have.
Yeah, the little coin for the gray hands.
And then Jake between the two of them on their shoulders. Yeah, we know the black stuff.
Just at any point, she's gonna look at Cole. At any point, if you need me to physically restrain him, just let me know.
They're
might want to pull him back a few feet.
They say, so of course. I'll wait here just a moment. Walk off and.
Jakey, what the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
You have never had this much energy in your life.
I know, this is great.
No,
I'm
it's not.
just
It's
vibing.
terrifying.
I can do anything right now. I've been reading like mad. I'm just glad to get out of the house, spread my legs, spread my wings and fly.
Jake's eyes are going like this.
We can get you a different establishment if you're looking to spread your legs.
Oh, whoa.
Uh-oh.
It said spread his legs.
This is spread my legs or spread my wings? I thought
You
I
said
spread
spread
my
your
wings.
legs.
Who knows what you...
Who knows what I'm saying?
It's
Jake doesn't even
right
know
now.
what he's saying.
After
Just got
after just a few seconds...
I thought I said stretch my legs and spread my wings.
No, you said you said spread your
stretch
legs.
my wings
Stretch
and
your
spread
legs.
my legs.
That's the drugs. That's the drugs.
See what you got. Oh yeah, that's Jake for sure. For the...
Oh God.
All right, so out from the small guard post comes out this tall, very tall person clad in this spotless suit of plate mail. He bears a sun emblem on his chest, and he stands erect, and he's got this long flowing blonde hair, and he looks out and he says, "Hello, good day, citizens. I am Sir Ambrose Everdon. How may I be of assistance to you this day?"
Yes, sir. My name is Cole Voidfang. I am associated with the Raven Queen. I have been given a vision from her.
The queen of what? No, I'm sorry.
the Queen of Ravens, the Matron of Death.
Okay, yes.
This is going to sound odd, but
It already does.
she gives me visions, and in the most recent vision, there is a shrouded figure.
And you guys, as he's saying
raising,
this, you guys see him
the
sort
dead.
of. You guys see him sort of like take on, like he's sort of getting that sigh, and as you're saying this.
Yes, I know this sounds strange, but we have done work for the Black Staff before. We are associated with the Grey Hands. She sent me to you.
I see. To talk about a vision of this Raven Queen raising the
No,
dead?
it is not the Raven Queen. There is a robed and masked figure raising the dead in the city of the dead. Are you missing any bodies?
And as you say that, he kind of jerks. Like, how?
Yes, it's very strange that this makes a very good coincidence. The visions are real, my friend.
He kind of looks around and says, "Come inside, please." So you guys go inside this small, modestly appointed place, but it's clearly business. It's very utilitarian inside this place, and he offers you a seat. There are only 2 chairs available, other than the one he takes for himself, and he says, "So you've had visions of the missing." Well, I don't know if they're bodies or not, but there are certainly some graves.
There have been disturbed graves, yes?
Yes.
Well,
Let me be frank.
in this vision, this masked, cloaked figure is doing some sort of incantation at the grave, and then out from the grave comes a skeleton, an alive skeleton.
That's creepy as fuck.
Well, undead, but you know what I mean.
I'm glad I don't have your dreams, Cole. I couldn't handle them right now.
They're pretty intense.
Okay. And so what is your angle in this? What do you...
I would like to help you find this person and solve this problem. Because
Really?
as a follower of the Raven Queen, anything to do with undeath is untoward to her.
Well, I'm not familiar with this Raven Queen of yours, but if you can help us solve this problem, we have been trying to for some time. We have not been able to ascertain who or what is doing this. We haven't put a pattern to it, and we've not been able to catch him, though we have doubled the patrols throughout the City of the Dead at night. Somehow, though, he manages to continue to elude us.
We did hear some chanting on the way here. Is that normal?
Chanting? What type of chanting?
Yeah, from inside the City of the Dead.
What did it sound like?
Kind of like a Gregorian chant.
Could you give me an example?
Zavroski will do his best to imitate it.
That was pretty on point. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
It was something like that.
No, that is definitely not normal. That is very strange.
It's not one of the normal funeral rites in the City of the Dead.
No, there are no scheduled interments today.
But then we should go investigate.
Pardon me, friends. Oh, yes, let's do that. Let us go. Come. And he sort of stands up and quickly strides out of the room, and he stands up. He's like, "Where is this exactly?"
We heard it over the wall, so.
Yes. All right. So you can lead him back up kind of the way you can go into. There's several entrances to the City of the Dead. You go through the nearest gate wall, kind of follow the winding path up back where you were. And you guys kind of come around and you look around, you're hearing, and you actually pick up the sound a little ways away. It is near the wall. And as you come in, you kind of follow there's like a little trail beaten off the main walkway that goes through this entire place. There's a small trail, and you go through the small copse of small trees, and you get into a small clearing. And as you do, you find that there are several people. They are humans that are all wearing these masks, and the masks are basically just these blank masks, these blank white masks, and they're there is a overturned headstone, and on the headstone are what looks like the remains of a cat, and these 6 humans are all standing around the remains of this cat, sort of holding hands and chanting this chant. And as you walk into this clearing, they actually stop and look at you all and run. They scatter, all of them in separate directions.
Can I try and catch one of them?
Yeah, chasing after one of them.
Yes, you can.
Well, Captain, I think we found them.
Yes,
I have
indeed.
Sentinel.
Hold,
so
hold in the name of the. All right, so let's see. Capture 1. What's that? Grapple check, I guess, Elona?
Yeah, I have Sentinel too, so technically if I strike them, their speed is 0. But yeah, I'll grapple them.
All right, or yeah, are you... Cole, you're going to try to catch a different one?
Yeah.
Okay, are you...
Oof.
Cole
That's
will,
a crit fail.
Well, they could still roll really low on there.
Cole will
Dodge.
jump and try to tackle one of them.
Okay, let's see. So
Alona's more worried about Jakey at this point.
Yeah, so I guess that's an opposed check.
Yeah. Hey!
Wait, is he weak, though? Should that be an attack roll? Should he never be able to have a critical failure on an attack roll?
Contested athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
I know, but it seems like you should be able to critically fail that when you're grappling.
But I did.
She's so strong, though. Even if she does poorly, she's so strong.
I have a
skills are
+6.
skills.
Well, I know.
I got a +6.
I know, but this is like a combat roll. I gotta think about this.
I mean, I can re-roll it as though it's combat, but I get a higher modifier to that.
I gotta think about what to do on nat ones on
Skill checks?
They count as whatever the number total comes out to.
All right, let me see. This guy might have a strong strength. Probably not, huh?
Probably a 10.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not an 18.
Let's see what his strength is.
That's what I have.
It might be. Oh, okay. No. All right, fine. All right, so you grab this guy. He's like fighting. He's like, unhand me, unhand me. And he looks at you, unhand me, beast, unhand me. Cole, your grapple check.
Sweet. Is that also an acrobatics or athletics, or only an athletics?
For the grappler.
Athletics for grappling.
Yeah, you have to grab with athletics.
Oh boy. This
that's right.
Wait,
my guy might have a high dexterity. Let me see. No. Okay, fine.
13?
All right, not good enough to beat my 17. So you grab him, but he kind of wiggles out of the way and runs off. These guys just sort of scatter.
That's okay. I got one.
Except for this one that Elona's got, and he just starts. It's a man, a human male, obviously. He just starts screaming, "Unhand me! Unhand me!" These.
We have a guard here. We're working with the guard.
You are the one that is not supposed to be here.
I am.
So
Please, chanting.
Please start talking.
I am visiting the city of the dead. In the city of the dead. Yes. His eyes are like wide.
So I'm gonna lift him up higher off the ground and just go. You want to try that again, where you're telling the truth, or?
I am.
Yes, because you were chanting above the carcass of a cat. It looks like. This is not normal behavior, my friend. So please. Try not to lie to us this time.
He said, "These are not normal times. The world is gone to madness. The city is gone to madness. The forces of chaos and law."
Yeah, and I'm about to go to madness if you don't tell us the truth. And you don't want to see that. It's not.
Before Elona can do that, Jake grabs him by the collar, feeds him a slap. Tell us what we need to know.
Jakey, honey, calm down.
So Ambrose is like, friends, Jake, and he actually grabs Jake. He's like, "Sir, that is not how
he's been through a terrible time. I'm sorry. Well, I'll try and keep him back.
Restrain your friend."
Zavroski.
This guy knows something. He knows something.
Yes, but if you stop shouting at his face, we'll get to hear what he says.
And so this guy this guy is wide-eyed, and he is like looking all over, and he is like on the edge of not making any sense, and he just
he's like Jake right now.
He just sort of rants about the powers that be and the things that need to be fixed, and we must take things into our hands. The time has come. The world is at an end. The city is falling apart around us. Why can't you understand this?
Jakey, you want to slap him again?
Please explain to me what this mask is, who you are a follower of, who your friends are, and why you are doing what you are doing.
I will never tell you a thing. Never tell you a thing.
Let me at him. I'll get it out of him. I'll get it out of him.
My friend, what if we wanted to join your cause? How are you going to get new followers if you do not tell us about your tales?
We don't need new followers. We don't need followers. We have enough followers. I would rather chew out my own tongue before I told you a single thing about anything.
We can arrange that if you want to do that instead. I can gladly arrange that.
Sir Everdon, may I use some magic on this fellow?
So Everdon's like, she's like, not really sure what to do right now. He's like,
what has happened?
Yeah, he's like, he's trying to
It might make him more amenable to speaking with us.
Well, yes. Are you with the Guild of Magisters and the
I'm all registered. No
Magisters?
worries. The Great Zavroski, performer extraordinaire.
I see. Well, I suppose as long as you're an official emissary of the Order of Magisters and Protectors, then, well, you sort of know what's best in these situations, I suppose, don't you?
Is Zavroski part of the Magisters and Protectors, or just part of the local entertainers?
We are associated with everybody.
Yeah, you're fine, Zav. Just go.
No,
you're good.
No, you would know this. So this is
he's not gonna lie to a captain of the guard about being part of the.
Why not? It's fine.
I'm trying to get the damn
we're trying
official name.
do
what
it
the
correctly.
Heck?
You're trying to do it correctly. When has Elona ever tried to do anything correctly?
Okay, that's fair.
And Jake doesn't even know what correct is right now.
Jake, I don't know if Jake knows where he is right now.
Not 100%. Not 100%.
Yeah, no. So in Waterdeep, Waterdeep is a city of amazing wonders and such, high magics, etc. Except that all wielders of magic, arcane type magics, not priests or druids, but all wielders of arcane type magics are expected to be registered with the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors. That way they can keep an eye on.
We're both
You could be, sure.
Then.
It's up to you. You can be or you could not be.
Well, we already had a conversation with one of the Magisters before.
Yeah. Okay. So fine. Yeah. So and that's basically
Zavroski's above board.
And the idea is that they keep tabs on the users of magic within the city, but there's also sort of an expectation that the city can call on you in times of need. Like you could sort of like almost as if not conscripted necessarily, but you're almost sort of like a type of militia that the city could call to.
Zav can be drafted.
Or like if a magistrate were nearby and needed some help, and he could say, "Hey, Zavroski, I need your assistance in this or whatever," and Zavroski would be expected to give whatever assistance he could to that magister in that case. So yeah, all right. So you guys are both official members of the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors.
Okay, he's gonna use good old suggestion. The best magic trick there is.
Woo.
DC 15 Wisdom.
All right, what's this guy? How do crazy people work for this?
So his suggestion is going to be, friend, we might want to join your great cause. I suggest you tell us all about your cause, who you work for, your fellow members, what you're trying to do at this grave site, and maybe we'll be able to join you. He's magically overcome a linked suggestion.
Yeah, no, I got you. Cool. All right, this guy. This guy, he says, he falls under the effect of the spell, and he starts saying, "Yes, I would chew out my and he actually grabs his tongue and you see him grinding his teeth through his tongue, and he spits out the entirety of his tongue from his mouth.
That was impressive.
His eyes are just wild.
That was insanely violent.
But
like that just settled me. That like you just completely fucked my high up, dude. Like I am sober.
Cole
I just sobered up fast.
Cole is gonna turn to Ambrose and be like, "Do you have a holding cell that we could take him to?"
Ambrose is like, this is above. Wow. Okay. Yes. No. Yes. Let's take him. Yes. Bring him back to the station, and we will.
You witnessed that he did that to himself.
Oh, I certainly did. That was.
My magic may have some effect if we give him something to write with. I don't know. Maybe we can see if you have something to write with back at the station.
Perhaps, though.
I am concerned that he might hurt himself further with a pointy implement.
I do certainly question any sanity that this person may have. He seems to be quite mad.
But maybe he'll mention some kind of cult or goddess or god or something that they're following first. At least a clue.
Well, and he looks doubtful now because the last time he followed your advice, it didn't work out great. He says, "Well, we can try.
We can at least gather whatever they were using here as well."
Fine. Yeah. So apparently there was just the only thing left here now. It is actually the remains of a cat that is spread out upon this tombstone.
And does they have a mask? Or
this one has a mask. Yeah, he has a mask. It's like a fairly simple mask. It's made of some type of clay, and it's just
look
featureless.
Like the thing that I saw in the dream?
No, it does not. But it's just sort of a clearly a mask, just to kind of hide. It's got eye holes and a nose and mouth holes. So it's really just sort of a blank piece of clay, kind of clearly designed to hide identity. So you guys head back to the guardhouse, and you get there, and this guy, Ambrose Everdon, he asks for a quill. He says, "Bring me a quill for this man." And the guy, he takes the quill, and he basically just writes. He starts writing with the quill. He grabs it almost like a dagger, and he starts writing. And he writes what looks like a big A, and then he stabs the quill into the paper in the center of the A.
Will you shut up?
But again, wild-eyed, just crazy and mad. And you're like fighting this guy the whole time, and he's like crazy.
Do you have manacles?
Yes, no. We actually do. So they lock him down. Like they lock him down to the chair, and he sends off a private. He says, "Go fetch me the city watch. This person must be detained." He says, friends, I appreciate your help in finding them, though this is a strange occurrence. I have heard of these cultists around town, but this is the first experience I've actually had with them. They seem quite mad. Is this normal? He's talking to Zavroski, sort of addressing him. Is this normal?
I mean, in all of the stories I've read about such things of cultists, they can be very fanatical.
I'm gonna need to get that book from you, Zav.
Yes, there's many stories about different cultists. Many do sacrifices of themselves. They go to very far extremes. So perhaps biting off his own tongue
freaking out.
Isn't that out of the ordinary? But
well, this seems extreme to me. The A. Do you think this was accidental, or do you think that has some significance?
It might have some sort of meaning, but right now it's just an A.
All right, well.
It could be the initial for his group. It could be the initial for whatever person or deity they are following. There are many things this A could stand for.
I see.
And this mask, I might know some people in the theater business that they do work with masks, and I could ask around about who they think might have made it.
Very well, if you can find out, and he keeps it. he doesn't offer it to you. He says, "Well, if you can find out, I would appreciate any information you can find."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Captain Ambrose, I'm sorry this escalated so quickly, but we would like to help you fix this.
Yes. Well, I would welcome your help if you are able to find your way. Look here, take this, and he reaches into his desk and he pulls out this sort of this paper with a small scrap of paper, and then he melts some wax on it, and he presses his seal onto it. He says, "Take this," and he writes a quick note. "This is a writ of passage from myself. It will give you access to the City of the Dead at any time that you wish to be in there. If the guards find you, merely present them with this, and they shall know that you are here under my authority. I shall, of course, put out the word with them, and they will be expecting, or will know that they may see you here."
We thank you for this.
No, I thank you for your help. If you can get to the bottom of this, I appreciate it. We have had, just in the last 10 days, we have had no fewer than 4 graves have been disturbed, and that is not okay here in the City of the Dead.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you. It's how many cases have been confirmed? So
Yes.
only 4.
That is true. Yes, it is, but that is very disturbing.
Only.
The dead.
Hey, well,
Well,
people raising the dead, it could be much more with an entire city of dead.
Yeah, and that's what, so it doesn't seem to be a large issue, but it is definitely something that is disturbing, and it's not okay. It is my duty, in fact, to ensure that the dead here are laid to rest and remain at rest while they are in the city here. So any help you could do with this, you would have my immense gratitude.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the sites that were disturbed? I mean, we could visit them ourselves to check them over as well, but
if you would
if there was
like,
anything you noticed.
It just seemed as if the earth was disturbed, just thrown out, as if perhaps the body inside had just burst out of the earth by some force. The earth was thrown about.
DM question.
Yeah.
When they bury people in this fantasy City of the Dead, are there coffins, or are they just throwing the bodies into the ground?
It depends on the people. You know, some of these, there are like actual mausoleums, like built up sort of cement stone structures where they would put the bodies in. Sometimes it would be a lot of, coffins. For poor people, well, poor people probably wouldn't even be in the City of the Dead. But there's usually at least some sort of wooden box or something, some sort of.
So usually, if you're in the City of the Dead, your family had some sort of affluence.
Or yeah, I mean it's for all citizens of Waterdeep, but there are fees to be interred in the City of the Dead. So, people who can't afford the fees have to find some other arrangements. But this is certainly open to all citizens of Waterdeep. So in theory, at least, some sort of clout.
Sure. At least monetarily.
At least money, yeah. You at least need some type of money, but it is certainly very common because this is the City of the Dead. This is the place of interment for Waterdeep.
Yeah, so I would imagine that there's like thousands and thousands of gravesites.
Oh, sure, and any family, it's not unusual for even poor families to do whatever they can to scrape together enough funds for at least a meager burial here in the City of the Dead. So.
Okay.
All right. He says, so. Good luck, my friends.
Do send word to we are proprietors of the Spirits of the Hydra. Do send word if you find any more information from this fellow. I'm not sure if you will, but
I will let you know, though I am not optimistic. He seems far gone.
Yes, this one seems quite mad.
Indeed. As does that one, and he looks over at Jake.
I'm fine. What are you looking at?
He just lost someone close to him, so he's going through a few things.
I see. I see.
He'll be back to his normal self soon, hopefully.
I'll lean into Ambrose. His aunt was blown up with a fireball yesterday.
In Trollskull Alley, I'd heard of that.
Yes.
His aunt was in that? Wait.
Yes.
That was the magistrates.
Yeah, and my dad sent me to jail 6 years ago. Anything else you want to talk about?
But yes,
Jake,
we're talking about things that bother me.
Jake,
Jakey, honey.
you should probably take a few steps back and calm down, my friend.
Let's go outside.
I'm calm. What are you talking about?
Jakey, let's go outside.
There is no malicious intent here, brother. Please.
Yes, well, I'm
gonna take Jake outside.
My sincere condolences, Lord Melshimber. Your I grieve your loss. So, with that,
yeah, they went to jail 6 years ago. What about it?
So, such a power play.
This
Just
poor
giant schlong.
This poor watch captain's like, I did not sign up for this shit today, man. This is not the day I was expecting to have today.
Who are these people? They just ruined my day.
I'm hanging out here having some coffee, and you guys are like, wow!
Goddamn, Jake.
All right. I see. All right. With that, we are going to have a short break. So that way we can easily transition this on our upcoming podcast. Whoop, whoop, whoop. While we're on break, feel free to go and check out the Nerd League Gaming store. That's right. Woo! Store, you say? Why, yes, actually. We do have a store now. That store is at nerdleaguegaming.com. Is it /store?
/shop.
/shop.
Shop-mungo. Shop.
Come check us out.
We should probably set that up as a command.
Yeah, I have. Actually.
Exclamation store.
I have that. No, actually, you know what I have? I have it for merch. So there's also the Stream Element store, right? So this merch set up on the Stream Element store. We've got the Nerd League Gaming store. Different stuff, both places. Check them out. We're going to take a real quick break, and we will be back here shortly.
has a secret
Sometimes-
foot fetish.
No, well, that's not.
Dude, that's where
not-
my mind went immediately.
That's not. That's not the case. But it is good. It is.
And we're
good-
back!
Yeah, it is good to bring up Roy's secret foot fetish as we come back into the stream. It's fantastic. Welcome.
Roy's foot fetish, make it a hashtag. Someone, please, thank you.
No. Okay, this is.
That's
not
the
that-
new T-shirt. That's
is-
the new T-shirt.
This is not that kind of channel.
Roy's foot fetish.
No, not that kind of channel. We're let's just take that off. I'd like to stay married. Thank you. It's good. Where was I? Now I'm just thinking about feet. Let's see. Feet. Oh yeah, we were before in our last session. We were in. You guys still are technically in the City of the Dead, or just outside the City of the Dead, and you have come to an agreement with the captain of the watch that manages the City of the Dead, Sir Ambrose Everdon, and he has given you basically free reign inside the city anytime you'd like. What's next on the agenda for today? Is that Icky? Icky!
We could either investigate the masks, like Zavroski said, or we could start on somebody else's thing.
Zavroski can ask about the masks and then head to the castle enters.
There you go.
All right, so
Send
Zav.
Zap to do his things.
Okay, and what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'll go talk to my dad.
All right.
If Cole wants to come with the mask, he's welcome to join. But
I guess
I'll
Jake's
tell-
gonna get some rest. Somewhat.
Yeah, I'll tell
kind of.
Jake I'm going to the Melshimber residence to talk to my dad and just kind of leave it at that. If he wants to come with me, he can. If he doesn't want to come with me, that's fine too.
What are you talking about your dad about?
I have some questions from my childhood that never really got answered, and in light of what happened yesterday, I would really like some answers.
That sounds like a personal thing.
I mean, a little bit.
All right, I'll leave you to it. I got some reading to do anyways. Yeah, I got some.
Do you know where you are to be able to make it back to our tavern by yourself?
I can handle myself. I'll be fine.
I'm going to walk Jake back to the tavern before I walk to the Melshimber residence.
All right, that's gonna be a long walk. It is a bit of time to get all the way back up to
That's fine.
Troll Skull Alley and then over there.
It'll leave time for them to do those things so I can mentally prepare myself.
you might want to read the screenplays of Daggers in the Dark and what was it? Start with that one. It definitely delves into cults. If you're interested, Jake.
Who is that guy that you were talking about with the bucks? You said there's a guy that near our house with bucks.
Rashal, the Dragonborn fellow.
Rashal, he's right across the street, right?
Yeah.
I'm more than likely go and check him out.
Okay, you can head over there. Let's see. Let's doodly-doot over to the Castellanter estate as.
Oh, okay. We're not doing the mask stuff.
Oh, the mask stuff. Yeah. So where are you going to do the mask stuff?
Zavroski's gonna have a few people that he would have got costumes from over the days, so he just go and talk to those shopkeepers, ask them if they know who might have made these masks. Is the plan.
Okay. That's okay. The short story for that is that's gonna certainly take some time traveling around the city, talking to a couple different people.
I mean, he'd be hiring a coach for the day or whatever for a few hours to do that.
Oh, hiring a coach for a few hours. All right. Well, that will probably.
We got the funds for it.
Maybe he can find Bob again. Wasn't Bob one of the coachmen who loved him?
Yeah, so a coach for a few hours. Let's call that a shard an hour for like a simple coach. So we'll say 5 shards will get you the coach for say the next few hours driving you around town.
Okay.
All right.
Paid.
Sold. So the short story of that is these masks seem very generic. They're for sale kind of everywhere. You can find these very plain masks. These are like just the very basic plain clay masks that are featureless and, like I said, just terribly generic. So they don't really have much in the way of information that that they can give you for a source for this, unfortunately.
All right. With that, Zavroski will say goodbye to Cole and says he has a letter to follow up with the Castellanters about potential patronage, and he'll hire a much fancier coach, a dragon coach, to go to
All right.
the Castle Enters.
All right. You do. You find yourself the. Hold on. I want to make sure I do this right because I don't want to.
If Cole ends up back at Spirits of the Hydra the same time I'm dropping Jake off, I'm going to let him know I'm going up to the Melshimber residence.
Yeah, so Cole, unfortunately for that, since he's with Zavroski for all of that, he's going to take, they're going to be like hours, traveling around. Remember, traveling around town is really slow. It's crowded, it's long, the streets are twisty and windy.
Hate those twisty streets.
Twisty, windy streets, man.
They never build on a grid. I don't know why.
What the fuck?
Grids are tight.
This map's not too bad. It's still got some pretty main thoroughfares there, north to south.
Yeah, they are. Though sometimes it's much like the interstate. Sometimes
it's easier to go on the side streets. Sometimes
it could be, and depending on what place you're taking, there's a lot of pieces to that. So the Castellanter estate, it is even in Waterdeep, in the city that is known for its amazing wonders and architecture. The Castellanter estate is a big place. The walls here are tall and beautiful. The estate itself is just unbelievable, and you're greeted by a retinue or a small couple of guards at the very fancy gate to this place, and they take your card and they open the door and you're seen in, and one of the guards says, "Good day, my lord. How may I assist you?"
I have this letter from the esteemed lords of the estate here to meet with them about perchance being a teacher for their children in the art of music.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, I knew I had this here. Yeah. So the Castellanter Villa. It's a stark white walls and gleaming crimson roof and turrets stand out, even among the other opulent estates here in the seaward. The 3-story mansion lies in the midst of picturesque green gardens dappled with hedges and water features. The estate is surrounded by a tall white brick wall with a single wrought iron gate as the entrance. The Castellanter family crest, a green Y overlapping a stylized goose being fed, is emblazoned on the gate. So that's the impressive view there, and they read over this note and they're like, yes, well, wait here, and we shall return momentarily. And he whispers to someone, and this guard runs off, and he's gone a couple of minutes, and he runs back up, and he says, yes, you are expected, my lord, or you are expected, sir. Come this way. And the gates open, and they bring you guys in. And you go down this long path. Excuse me. You get on this long path down through these picturesque gardens, water sculptures, etc. This place is preposterously just absurd. And you get into the main estate, and the main estate is enormous. There are who knows how many rooms in this entire place, and there is a butler waiting at the door, and he bows to the guard and says, "Thank you," and the guard says, "Good day, sir." And you are brought inside this very, very opulent greeting chamber. There are, as you see before, these sort of fruit trays, but here, this is like the rarest of fruits and crystal decanters of wine and such. And waiting inside here is a woman. She is... she is tall. She stands very rigid, very firm. Her hair is pulled back tightly, and she looks at you and she says, "Good day."
Hey, my lady.
Ah, yes. Well, Zavroski, I believe, is the name, correct?
Correct. The great Zavroski at your service.
You come highly recommended, and it is high time my children learn some teachings in the musical arts, I suppose.
Do you have a preference on instrument? I specialize in viol, lute.
I would leave that all to you. You can decide what instrument they learn. They must learn some instrument, and they must become, and she sort of looks at you sharply, and they must become good. I will not have my children be mediocre, especially around, well, other children. My children must be exceptional.
I have taught, I don't know if you've heard Jake Melshimber play before, but he's quite good after my own teachings as well.
Melshimber. That name vaguely rings a bell, though I do not know who that is. No, I have not, but you have come highly recommended. Now, my children must learn, and they must learn quickly. How long will it take you to teach them to be proficient in this instrument?
It depends on the schedule. I can probably teach twice a fortnight, and with that kind of schedule, it would be months.
Months?
And they should, yes.
Months.
It is a complicated instrument. We could switch to the viol is probably more complicated. We could switch to the lute. It's quicker to learn.
The lute. That seems like such a common instrument.
Well, that's why it's easier to learn.
No,
The noble instruments of the viol, perhaps your sons and daughters are already gifted.
They are two children, a son and a daughter. You shall teach both of them. Do not worry, they are indeed hard workers, and they are, I admit, incredibly bright children. I suspect they will pick up quickly, and do not doubt that they will do the homework and the practice that you assign them to do.
Very well.
Twice a 10-day. Is that enough?
I feel like this woman has a resting bitch face.
Can you do more? Oh, she is like, yeah, she's just
I feel
harsh.
like this woman has an active bitch face.
So, yeah, she's like bitch and then bitch and then bitch. Like when she smiles, she's just a smiley bitch face, right? She is just...
Her name's Karen.
Ooh, does she have I'd like to speak to your manager haircut?
Definitely.
No, but she does have this black hair. It's graying, like there's streaks of gray, but it's all pulled back tightly in this bun behind her. And she's, like I said, she said it's very erect. But the clothes...
She gave herself her own facelift by pulling her hair back.
Oh, God.
The clothes that she wears, though, are immaculately cut. Like these are, clearly from this whole place, she cares a lot about appearances.
Yeah, I just like the fact she said, "I'll admit my children are bright." Like, you'll admit it? Like, it's a hard thing to admit? Like, what the fuck, lady? Let's kill her.
Very well then.
If we're looking to accelerate the schedule, perhaps we could do 3 times a 10-day. Though you do need some time in between lessons to practice and let lessons sink in.
Oh, do not worry. They shall practice.
Yes.
And vigorously. Very well then.
Till the fingers bleed.
Since you are highly recommended, and since you are coming this many times, we shall pay you 10 dragons per 10-day. That seems like a reasonable rate for a minstrel of your talents.
What do you think Zavroski got from Lord Melshimber back in the day?
Good idea.
Oh, much less than that.
Hashtag insulted.
So a dragon a day. Wait, is that right? A dragon a day keeps the doctor away. Is that what they say? Is that
I'm laughing at what B said. Is really what's happening.
Oh, I can't. I can't. I really want to look at chat because it looks really interesting, but I can't. I've got to try to run this stupid game.
Focus.
It's the downside of doing this. I'm like, I want to be in the chat. I want to have fun.
You don't get to play with us.
Cool. Come on, man. Oh no, comfortable. No, she offers you 20 dragons per 10 day for this.
Better.
Which is basically a cost of living. A comfortable cost of living is
right.
Basically 2 gold per day. So she's basically giving you a wage of a comfortable living for tutoring her children in music
3 times a week. Yeah.
Yeah. This is well more than you made from the Melshimbers.
That is agreeable.
Yes, as I expected. Very well then. When can you begin? Tomorrow would be soon enough.
Sure, I can start tomorrow. If your children were ready today, we could even do a quick lesson tonight. And
No, they're busy. They're busy this evening. Come by tomorrow. You can come at 2 bells before noon. We shall expect you. Do not be tardy.
well.
Thank you very much. You may leave.
Good day, my lady.
Yeah, my children are busy tonight, standing in a corner and not saying anything because I don't like them.
She nods at you. She doesn't even tell you. She just nods at you. And the butler says, come this way, my lord. It is good that you are here. The children could use some music, and he's this older guy. And he sort of talks as you're walking. He just talks, chat. It's like the children could use some music and some entertainment in their lives. I assure you. I'm glad that you are able to come here and bring this to them.
Is there a Waterdeep version of Child Protective Services?
Especially for our lords,
Definitely not for the normal.
Especially for the Castellanters, like even among lords, Castellanters are like one of the premier like families in the entire city of Waterdeep. Yeah,
I don't like her. And Elona has a viol, and the only thing she wants to do with that viol is smash this lady in the face.
All right, so
he'll chat her with the butler a bit to get a bit more information about the kids, what they're kind of like, and
probably the worst kids ever,
Yeah,
like
probably
Cartman times 10.
assholes.
he says, oh, the children,
And they're probably dumb as shit too.
they are delightful children. They run and play, not all the time, of course. because
Murder.
Usually, the place is expected to be disciplined, but they run and play, and they are bright and fantastic. They have wondrous imaginations. The children, they are, and you get the sense that he like sort of is really sort of genuinely has affection for these kids. He says the children really are just wonders to be around, and I do believe that bringing this music into their lives will be a great boon for them.
And you think they shall be good students and are quick to learn?
Oh, they are very bright. They are very bright indeed. In fact, sometimes bright enough to get themselves into a bit of trouble, if you know what I mean.
I know the sort.
Yes. No, they are. I believe exceptional children. They are. Like I said, quite a treat. I do enjoy my time with them, though it is not. Well, perhaps not as much time as I would like, but listen to me ramble on. You are very busy. You are a famous musician now in the employ of the Castellanters, in fact. So
Yes.
I should not take up any more of your
If you have the
time.
time, feel free to listen on to the lessons and enjoy the music.
No. I have many duties that keep me very busy around. But if I can, I will try to pass by as you are. I would certainly love to hear your musical talent.
Very well.
It's been a
great
pleasure
to meet you, sir. What's your name, sir?
My name?
Bob. Bob Bobson.
No, think of a name that isn't Bob, Roy. Do it.
Gregory.
Robert.
Fine.
Gregory Pack.
My name. Terrible.
This is why you need to be able to have chat submit NPC names, so that way you don't even have to think of one.
No, Shashra? For a man? Wait, no, that's not a man name.
Barnaby Shashra.
Shashra.
Barnaby Shashra.
Barnaby Shashra.
All right.
I like it.
No,
Let's
we
go
already
with
have
it.
a Barnaby. I have a Barnaby. No, we're already doing a
That was
Barnaby.
Barnabas.
Yeah.
That was Barnabas.
Purington. Oh. Yes,
There you go.
Purington.
Purington comes in.
Yes.
Ugh.
All right,
His name
Purington.
is Yip.
Yep.
His name is Yip.
Yip. I am Yip. Nice to meet
Hello, I am
you.
Yip.
I am looking forward to you coming back. Yip likes you very much. Thank you much.
It's going into Arnie territory almost.
Travish.
No. I like that. Purington. All right, you got it. Purington, the butler. Boom. I have this all planned out. I know why you guys say it, like, don't think I have every name in this whole place completely planned out already. Jeez. Yes, my name, my name is Purington. It is a pleasure to meet you.
It is also a pleasure to meet you, Purington. And if you ever find yourself on a night off, feel free to stop by Spirits of the Hydra. I play there almost every night.
Wink.
Yes, I'll try to make my way there, surely. So, and here we are. Your coach is still waiting for you. Good day, sir.
Sore.
Good day, sir. Good day, sir.
You're a sword on my ass. Now go.
Lord.
I'll fucking leave.
All right. So that is the day. In fact, the day is the shadows are starting to get long as you finish up and take your cart back to the Spirits of the Hydra. In the meantime,
I don't want to do this. Sometimes it's better not to know how your parents died. Like,
then
sometimes
maybe you
it's
shouldn't
just better.
ask. Maybe you shouldn't ask.
Yeah, but she needs to know.
The scene closes on Zavroski in his cart heading backward towards the north ward. And we open on Elona as she has gotten to the Melshimber estate, and it's the afternoon, and her father is sort of busy managing his soldiers. He is the head of the guard of the Melshimber estate, and this isn't a big guard because the magistrates, of course, they are assigned groups of city watch guards whenever they go out. So whenever they're on patrol or on duty, they have half a dozen guards with them, but they still do have an estate that they manage. So you do have a small cadre of private guards there, and your dad guards them, and he is sitting in his small office, very, very sparse office, very Spartan place, and he is sitting there looking over some papers as you come in, and he looks up and he says, daughter of mine.
Hi.
And he smiles and he beams at you and he says, yes. And he's still clearly happy at how you guys sort of said goodbye the last time. And he gets up and he walks across and he gives you a brief embrace and that soft touch that you're familiar with. And he says, I have seen you twice now in 2 days. It makes my heart glad, my daughter. I cannot tell you how glad I am to see you. Please come sit. And he pushes the papers all to the side, and he sort of pours himself some water from a pitcher nearby and says, "Are you thirsty, my dear?" No. Something is on your mind, my child.
Yeah, you're gonna be less happy to see me today.
Oh no. Do you hate me
I
again?
didn't do anything. Like, I didn't punch anyone or anything.
That is good. He sort of relaxes back a little bit. He's like, that is good. Okay, good.
Yeah, I didn't break anyone yet.
All right,
yeah,
that's good.
Fair. This is a fair assumption. So, after the whole, fireball to the face thing that Auntie Ruth got.
A tragedy indeed.
Yeah, I started thinking about Mom.
Yeah.
And
yes.
And I never really knew how she died, because I was really young when she died, and
You were an infant, in fact.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering if it was another fireball to the face kind of situation, or what happened.
No, child, do not worry yourself about such things.
Okay, but I am.
Yes, but that's not the type of, and he's shuffling the papers around. That's not the type of stuff that you need to really, look, let us talk about happier times.
No.
Your mother, she was a strong person, and I love you.
I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I know you're hiding something.
It's not that I'm hiding something. It's just when you were a child, an infant, and this is nearly 2 decades ago. Waterdeep was a different place. There were different people who had different agendas than those that are here.
Okay, you do this thing where you like to add extra words when you're trying to think of the right words to say. Can you just tell me what happened?
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. You see, and he's looking around hoping that someone will come in with some kind of emergency as he's talking. And he says, "Child, you know that your mother was an orc, and she was an incredible orc. She was strong and ferocious. I can still, in my mind's eye, see those muscles of her rippling. And sorry,
gross, Dad.
Yeah,
gross.
No.
Pops has got a chubby.
Sorry.
Ew.
Well, your mother was a strong orc. What's a guy supposed to say? She had the goods. Okay, let me tell you.
Tell me how she died, not about. Ah!
Your mother.
She would just take over in the bedroom. She would throw me around. It was fantastic.
This is my dead mom you're talking about. Go fuck yourself.
You asked.
I didn't ask for that.
He says, well, as I mentioned, the majority, almost 2 decades ago, Waterdeep, politics in Waterdeep is complicated, and there are many different forces, different factions that vie for control and who gain control over public opinion, and this waxes and wanes over time. And there was a time when this was sort of sudden, but there was a time when orcs were not really welcome in Waterdeep. In fact, there was a time when, and he sort of sits and he kind of, there was a time when some factions in Waterdeep decided that Waterdeep should be cleansed of those, of them that were different, them that were considered monsters by some. And I'm afraid your mother was caught up in that. She was, I wasn't there, but she was taken and murdered by mobs of people under the, not control, but influenced by the leaders of the city who were filled with hate, filled with disgust for those who were different than them. And it was a dark time for the city, but your mother was caught up in that. But know that Waterdeep is different now. Waterdeep is not that same place. Those forces are not still in control, and those emotions, those feelings aren't as prevalent now as they were. That is why those like you are now welcome as citizens of this town, of this city. There was a time when I thought we would have to leave, when I feared for even your life. But the good news is that since that purge, citizens rose up and they decided that was not okay. It was not okay for mobs to go around and take and kill people or creatures or monsters or that they saw, people that were different than them. And so that is no longer the norm in Waterdeep. And so, in a sense, your mother was part of that revolution. She was part of the sacrifice that changed the thinking of Waterdeep and opened our minds to being more accepting of differing people, different races.
Who were the leaders?
My daughter, look.
I want names.
This is long ago.
I want names.
These are... Look, these aren't...
Dad, please.
He puts down his water and he opens up a drawer at his desk, pulls out the small flask, and he pours himself a drink of this flask, and he swirls it and sips. Individual names are hard to come by. Remember, these are power structures, and people come and people go. But I will tell you this, and you see him sort of. You've always known your dad to be pretty diplomatic, right? He's always trying to find the good in things. He's always trying to sort of do this, but his brow sort of darkens, and he kind of finishes his glass, and he looks at you, and he says, "But I'll tell you this. Well, There is certainly new leadership. But the Lord's Alliance, that is a group. And believe me, they do good things. By and large, their mission is good. And they do a lot of good for Faerun and for the cities in it. But they were leading the charge on this. They were the organization that thought that the monsters must be purged, that the evil must be cleansed. They thought surely that any creature that looked like that, anything that was an orc, must have been inherently evil and been possessed by the demons that orcs are rumored to be possessed by. I can tell you that your mother, though perhaps possessed by a demon in bed, all right, now let me just not sell her short right here because, right.
Stop it.
Sorry, yes.
That's disgusting.
No, it was actually.
You want me to talk about all the people I have sex with? Because I have a list. You want a list? I can give you a list.
Silence, daughter.
Then stop talking about mom in bed.
Sorry. But your mom was not an evil creature. Your mom was no evil creature. And I am sad to say that then the Lord's Alliance was intent on getting rid of evil. And perhaps they were right in some cases. Perhaps their fears were justified, but in our case, it was tragic. But as I said, my daughter, this is decades ago. Things have changed greatly since then, and those who were in power then are not in power now. Things have changed dramatically. Even the Open Lord of Waterdeep has been replaced by a woman now, and quite a competent woman from what I can tell. So I am sad to talk about this, though it is nice to remember your mother. I did love her. In her own vicious way. It was just...
Stop! You're gross! You're disgusting!
You're making what should be a tender moment really weird.
Yeah, and on that really, really feckin' weird note, I'm gonna go back to Jake and make sure he's okay.
Man,
Ew!
I miss your mom.
And I'm gonna leave.
And he says, yes, thank you. And he
yes,
pours him...
lock the door on the way out.
No. Ew!
Oh, Hector! Oh,
Can we take our break now? I need a minute
God, I
to
gotta go
cry.
wash my hands. Oh.
I know, I need to take a warm shower to burn away the sins that are happening right now.
So, anyway, sorry, Anna.
See, B says he was just typing that.
But your mom was killed by a mob, stirred up by forces in the city that were not really.
Well, now when people are, xenophobic towards Elona, where she would get kind of mad, she's gonna get really mad.
Especially if they're Lord's Alliance.
No, she doesn't care about. Well, I mean, she does, but if someone is even slightly xenophobic towards her, they're not surviving.
Yep. Yeah. My just as a little meta for this, my goal in this thread is to try to draw some parallels to sort of maybe some modern day.
Oh, I thought
politics.
You were aiming for a crossover episode where I mistake the Lords of Lions, the other game, for the Lords of Alliance, and I kill them all.
Oh, I use them purposely. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, in this game, there are. I'm trying to draw some parallel threads to current the current world that we live in.
Elona's gonna go home.
All right, so the day goes.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Elona dropped Jake off at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was by himself. Cole was about an hour out.
Yeah,
Oh no, Jake.
Okay, so after Jake gets home, he lays down in bed and he conks out, like, out. But it's only about 45 minutes before he shoots up, eyes open, sobered up somewhat, and all he says is, Kathos! And then he heads down the stairs.
Melshimber.
But on his way out, he stops and he goes, Leaf, I need you to take a very important message and give it to the rest of the group when they get back. And he fills Leaf in on the details of he's going to follow up on some leads and try to track down Kethos in some of his old haunts. But this would be about he'd be walking out the house about close to an hour after he was dropped off.
So would Cole be getting there?
If you want.
I'm just putting that out there that you might spot him leaving the house. That's all.
These are those kind of things that I like to leave up to you guys to sort of see how you want to, how you want to play this.
We can play RP, or I can try and sneak out, and you can try and perceive me. Whichever way you want to play it.
Anyway, yeah,
we could do that too.
Like I said, if you wanted to,
if that's how you want to play it, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's more fun to dice roll.
All right. Yeah, the only time I would sort of impose dice rolls is if you guys were sort of at odds for how you wanted to handle it, right? If y'all couldn't agree, then I would bring dice rolls in.
But if he's trying to be sneaky, I'm not really looking for him to be sneaking out.
You guys, in my opinion, you guys can figure this out for yourselves.
I mean, if you perceive him, you can always RP.
You could always roll stealth, and if you do terribly, Cole will notice you.
Yeah.
That's true, but I'm rolling it in the tower, so I don't even know what the roll is, so Roy gets to know.
Ooh, I know.
Roy's the only one that knows what I rolled.
Cole, you want to roll, I guess, perception? Ooh.
Good perception,
wow.
Good perception.
Yeah, sure. So, Jake, you think you're being stealthy, but you're not really. I'll just let you guys know, Jake, your total was 7. Cole, yours is a 15.
Boom.
Okay.
So you see Jake kind of like, not necessarily sneaking, but like he's not trying to be noticed. He's trying to like kind of sneak off and out the door and down the street.
As Cole's approaching, he sees Jake trying to be sneaky, and he'll be Jake, where are you going, my friend?
Cool, perfect timing. Couldn't have been better timing. I didn't know where you guys were, so I left a note with Leaf. But we have to go see the Xanathars. You have to come with me.
Oh, okay. We're doing this now. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
We gotta go check out Kethos's old haunts. We gotta find him. He'll have answers. Who else would be stopping the Zents from the gnome delivering his message to Rainier? Who else would it be but the Xanathars? Of course it's the Xanathars. And Kethos, being a lower level boss, would probably know something about it. We have to find him, and we have to question him. He has answers about Aunt Ruth's death.
Yes, but the last time you saw him, you pissed him off.
And I'm gonna piss him off a lot more. Trust me when I get my hands on him, Cole. I hope you're ready for some dirty business. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, well, we might want to wait for the others to get back before we do that.
The muscle, perhaps. Wait for the muscle.
How long are they gonna be? Alona's gone to see her dad for whatever reason. I don't know what. And
last time that she went to go see her father, she was back within the hour.
It's been an hour. I've been conked out for like an hour. I've got this is fresh in my head. We got to go see Kethos. We got to find him, Cole.
This was a drugged out 5-minute nap that he thinks was an hour.
It was like an hour, guys. It was 32 seconds, Jake.
What day is it? It's 5 minutes later, dude.
Yeah. Jake, I will go with you now, but it is the smarter choice to wait for the others.
Okay, we can wait a little bit. I left a message with Leaf. Leaf would have filled you all in.
I'm not sure how effective that message would be from a ghost.
I guess I could have left a note in hindsight, but I figured you could figure out what he said.
You know, my connection to the dead is usually keeping them dead, not ghosts and whatnot.
All right, I guess we can have a drink. We'll wait, but we got to act on this.
I agree with you. It's a good idea. But, you know, numbers is safer.
Fair. Okay, we can wait. We'll wait. I can wait. But not long, but we can wait.
I can wait. I can wait.
Trouble?
Did someone say trouble?
and then I'll like put an arm on his shoulder and like corral him back into the bar.
But know this, Cole, when we get our hands on Kethos, I get to ask the questions and I get to choose how it's done.
Hey, you are in your right to do so. But prepare your questions and your thoughts. Don't go in with just your anger.
Don't worry. I know what I want to ask him about.
You need to have some of your wits with you. You are a very smart person. All right? You need to use that instead of your rage and anger.
I get it, but we're getting the answers out of him.
Oh, we will. And if I have to chop off a finger for each false answer he gives us, we will do so.
Man,
But until that
harsh.
time happens, let us wait for our friends.
I like where your head's at. Cole. We'll start with the toes, work our way up to the fingers.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That's gonna get messy.
Yeah.
And then
We're probably gonna need a pair of pliers. Just saying.
Cole will go behind the bar, pull out a couple tall glasses, and pull out a bottle of whiskey and pour an entire glass of whiskey.
He doesn't need alcohol on top of the drugs.
Sounds good to me.
He's got
You saw what happened to Elona.
I'm trying to put him to sleep.
That's fair, I guess.
All right, so it's not very, very long before Elona and Zavroski make their way back.
How many drinks have I fed him?
As many as he wants. As many as he wants. He can have.
So how many did you take, Jake?
How many con saves are you rolling?
3.
Okay. 3 tall boy full whiskey.
Tall boys. You said shots.
No,
I
he said tall boys.
I said
All right.
tall boys.
I don't think we have time to drink that many.
Yeah.
Probably in the middle of the second one, when these guys walk in.
Yeah, so they kind of come in and.
Oh, thank God you guys are here.
Yeah, in fact, Elona, you get there a little bit before Zavroski, and you come in, and Cole and Jake are hanging out in the main bar. There's a few other patrons hanging out. Mostly everybody's kind of minding their own business, and but Jake and Cole are at the bar, and Jake apparently has this giant glass of whiskey in his hand. Uh-oh.
See, look, there's one of our party back. Now we just need to wait for Zavroski to get here.
Elona, we need to go find Kethos. He's gonna have all the answers. He's gonna know who killed Aunt Ruth. I guarantee it.
Cole, you notice.
It's a good thing you're here because we're gonna need some muscle to hold him down while we pull his fingernails out.
Jesus,
Cole, you notice. Cole, you notice quickly.
That one's on Icky.
That Elona, very, very uncharacteristically, Elona sort of.
Very somber.
Oh, she's slumped. Her shoulders are slumped, and she just sort of like slowly pushes open the door and just.
Very not Elona-like.
I did not kick down a door.
Right.
We had those doors triple reinforced so I could kick them down every time I come in.
Cannon. And so, Elona, you make your way to the bar next to them?
I'll sit next to Jake.
Yep.
Are you all right, Elona?
Yeah. What are we doing?
We're gonna go beat the shit out of Kethos and get some answers.
Yeah, something that you would greatly enjoy, I would imagine.
Well, it seems like Jakey wants to do the punching. We'll let him do it.
Okay, something is very wrong.
Wait, yeah, now even I'm thrown off here. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a team effort. I talked to Cole. He said he was in on this. I assumed you would be on this too. I thought you'd break a kneecap or two.
Well, it seems like you already have a plan involving tearing out someone's toenails, and
That's just the start. That's just the start. We'll probably cut off his balls and feed those to him too if he doesn't talk.
This is excessive.
It's an excessive situation, Elona. It's an excessive situation. Somebody killed Aunt Ruth. We're gonna find out who.
Okay, whatever you need.
That's what I'm talking about. But I'm still. What's going on?
Fine, I just gotta run upstairs real fast. And she's gonna like do a little note to Jake, and she's gonna go upstairs.
I'm coming.
I'm there.
Maybe you should stay here.
Take me.
You need a break.
I don't know if I should do this right at the bar.
Provided Jake doesn't follow me, I have something I need to do. But if he follows me, I have to change it.
No, if she wants the private time, then yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
He can take a hint.
Well,
he can take a hint.
I'm very curious now.
She will take the rest of the wish out of her bag and leave it where Jake has been studying. She no longer has any wish on her person.
What?
Jake, there is 13 capsules of wish now where you've been studying.
That's dangerous as fuck right now.
Yep.
Jake's
For both of them. She's about to withdraw.
Jake's gonna OD and Elona's gonna go into withdrawal.
Yep.
What the
Cole
hell?
is in the worst place ever.
Hey, Cole, fuck you.
Great.
Wow.
And then
shit.
Elona's going to come downstairs faking the aftermath of some wish.
Actually, in fact, while you're upstairs, Zavroski, you get there, and Cole and Jake are at the bar. Jake with this enormous drink that he's sort of trying to drink, but
I'm milking it at this point.
yeah, even I mean,
He's holding it in both hands too.
This is absurd.
This is just too much, Cole.
You've drank enough. Like, this is absurd. You're like, okay, no, that's not a drink anybody should be drinking. This is
Mind you, Cole just finished his and put it down on the bar.
Jake's. I'm picturing Jake holding it like this though.
Oh yeah.
Another drinking contest, Cole. You and Jake this time.
Yes, I was. I will talk to you about that later. We have a bit of a quest.
A lead. We have a lead, Zavroski, on the fireball. Kethos. That bastard Kethos. He knows something, I guarantee it. If anybody was attacking the Zents and stopping them from getting that gnome, it was the Xanathars. 100%.
Hey, all right, Jake. Perhaps we take this upstairs. This is a great
good idea. That's where the drugs are.
This is great practice for our play.
Oh my God.
He's gonna address the bar. This man is doing great practice for our play. A distraught man. Oh, he's gonna be the next best actor next to me. Just you wait, crowd.
Next to me.
Did I? Yeah, this is. I mean, you guys know, like, you guys are hanging out. There's a few patrons, and like, every time Jake yells, the patrons are like trying to be very inconspicuous. Like, no, we're definitely not listening to your drama, but
totally listening to your drama.
Totally listening to your drama. So
I had him studying all day and taking notes, and he's to practice becoming. Oh, he's doing a magnificent job.
As you guys are doing this, Elona comes down the stairs.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I was ready to go like a half an hour ago, but Cole convinced me to wait for you guys.
Probably for the best.
Can we all tuck upstairs and figure out what we're actually doing?
Probably a good idea.
Yes, let's have a
Plan,
team
schman.
meeting in the library. Come on. Let's just talk this out real quick.
Come on,
upstairs.
Jakey. Let's go.
All right, but we don't have a lot of time here.
Jakey, there's drugs upstairs. Go.
All right.
Where are we going? What room are we going into? How quickly are you going to find this pile of drugs that I've just left out for Jake?
To the library immediately.
I assume we're going to the library.
All
Yeah.
right, well, you can see a pile of 13 wish capsules up on the fucking desk for Jake.
That's in his room, though.
I thought, well, no, I put it where you were studying.
Yeah, it was in his room.
Okay.
Remember, you came to his room and he had the large tome
You're right.
in his room, and it was on his dresser.
Fine. All right. So you guys head to the library.
All right. So can we slow down? Why is Kethos gonna know everything about the fireball?
Because he's a Xanathar underboss.
Okay, but don't we know a Zent underboss?
Yeah, but the Zents are just going to tell us why they were chasing him. We'll know who threw the fireball if we talk to the Xanathars who probably threw it.
We don't even know if would Xanathars own a nimble right?
They're the Xanathars. They're one of the most powerful guilds in the city.
Well, of the gangs, they were the most reckless, most definitely.
I assume they've got the money for
anything. It sounds
anything.
more like Zents would be using the upper class instruments. I know we ran into some of their dead thugs in the street, but that's also a good way to throw off the trail, even. But we could.
But remember Rafala, what was her name?
Fala?
Rafala. She said she saw the gnome being chased by those guys.
Right.
So it was obviously the Zents chasing the gnome, and they were going to get to the gnome and get what he had on him. And then the Xanathars interfered. They intercepted, dropped the fireball, and we know that Rafalia, whatever her name is, she saw somebody take something off that guy, the gnome's body. That was probably one of the Xanathars. It might have even been one of Kethos' men. He might be holding onto the item right now, and we are losing time. Losing it.
A skinny being?
Skinny small being, no?
He could be working for the Xanathars. More than likely working for the Xanathars.
And you think Kethos would be in on this? I mean, he just got out of a bad
Kethos
predicament.
is in on everything.
Don't you think he'd be in shit?
But he could lead us to the higher ups. We start with Kethos.
He's not gonna want to help you because you fucked him over with the whole thing at the dock.
We'll force him. Trust me. I'm sure after a few hammers to the toes and a few pulled out nails, he will start talking. Whatever it takes.
If he's a mob boss, my guess is he doesn't really give a fuck about pain coming to him, and he only cares about, keeping the secrets.
Well, we won't know unless we try. What's going on with you, Elona? What is going on? I thought you wanted this. I thought you wanted Crazy Jake back. He's back. All right? Let's go do this. Let's take this motherfucker out.
This is broken, scared Jake.
If nothing else, we take out an Underlord.
I promised you I would help you, so I'm here. Whatever.
So are we going? Because I'm going.
We're going.
Cole, you said you were in already.
Oh, yes, I'm there.
Not stoop to murder right away, though, perhaps.
It wouldn't be the first time we did it.
Jake's in. Elona's in.
Come on, Zav. 3 out of 4. Make it 4. 4 strong.
I need 2 minutes to get ready, as I don't need my face being seen doing this.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're coming
the pirate. Come on, bring the pirate.
The pirate is too well known.
Oh, no, I like the
He's been seen with these folks as the pirate. He's going to switch into a different... he's going to do...
dress like a fop.
Cap. And monocle.
You're dressing like Mr. Monopoly?
And he's gonna dress up, and gray in his beard. He's gonna dress up like an older man.
Oh man!
With a bit of using a cane.
Wow! All right. So the grief.
He actually has a sword cane for his rapier. So he's gonna have the rapier hilt kind of be, if that's fine.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, like looks like a cane, but it's like the sheath is a cane.
Yeah.
Oh, very, very clever. Very clever. Yeah, right. All right. So the grief-stricken, drug-addled Jake Dean Melshimber, who is pledged to his father, the magistrate, to stay out of trouble and who has been right in the path of good for some time, has now convinced his friends, Elona and Cole and the Mr. Monopoly Bard, to come with him to find out more information about Auntie Ruth's deaths, with perhaps murder in his heart.
Well, also the dead gnome and everything like that. There's all sorts of other stuff going on.
Sure. Lots going on.
Yeah, whatever helps you feel better about straight up murking some guy.
All right.
Listen, maybe we just waterboard him. I don't know.
I don't know either. But as you guys...
With that nasty sewer water? Hell yeah.
as you guys... the scene closes as you guys head down the stairs. We're going to take a real short break and then find out how this resolves here in just a few minutes. Don't go away. Or if you do it, wait.
Well, Elona's plan has changed, guys.
are no foot fetishes here. Let me be very clear.
No, we have clips. We have clips. I'll
Yeah, we
post
have
the clip.
clips. Let's clip
Foot
it.
fetish.
No, it's already clipped.
whatsoever.
Bees did it.
Perfect.
Bees clipped it already, so we'll share the clip as well.
What? Wait, no.
Thanks, bees.
There it is.
What?
Bees are finished.
It's a thing,
Oh,
Roy.
clips. It's now a meme. It's now a meme.
This is why.
We need a shirt.
This is why
We
I
need a
drink.
shirt.
You
Secret
people.
foot fetish.
Hey, thank you for the guys that rated. We appreciate that a lot. If you're
Appreciate the
still
raid, thank
here,
you.
Yeah, good job rating while we're on break. I blame John.
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 It's
on,
all
John.
John's fault.
God damn it, John. Let's see. Where
The
were
Action Sturge. I like it. The Action Sturge rated us.
we? Oh, yay. Thanks.
And then there was
Action
all
Surge.
these amazing people that joined in on the raid.
Yeah, man. Come on in. You know, if we're on break, you can be sure we're going to be back in just a few minutes. You know, if the stream was ending, I'd say, yeah, we're done. But we are here, and shit is about to go down. So
Shit's already gone down. What are you talking about?
But you guys are, man, I work, you know, oh man. All right. Last scene ended as the group had decided, fine, we're going to go talk to these dudes. And you guys head out. It's the evening, still daylight, around dinner time. Everyone in the city is hanging out, sort of doing their dinner type things. And you guys are making the rounds. Of course, headed back down, way down south to the dock ward, because that's where all the cool kids and the slime balls and the criminals hang out. Going to Jake, you mentioned you guys are headed to the sort of the known haunts of
Kethos.
Kethos, yeah.
Yes. Since Cole was also a Xanathar,
Yeah.
would he be familiar with any of these haunts as well?
I was Jake was really relying on that when he left the message. He was hoping Cole would be able to find.
Yeah, you guys.
Trail.
Okay. Because I was wondering if Jake was going to take the lead or if it was a Co thing.
Co thing for sure.
Yeah. So you guys.
I mean, originally Jake was relying on Cole to be the one that found him. So you head to, you know, the thing is there's like a handful of places that he's sort of known to frequent, right? Like, and this is a thing where he wants to be. He doesn't want to be easily found, but he wants to be able to be found, because if people need to report for him or ask questions for him, that's his sort of thing, right? As a sort of underling, this sort of mini low-level mob guy, if you would. So you guys go to a couple places, and at place number 3, lucky number 3, you go into this bar, and it's a fairly crowded bar. By this time, the sun has set. It's well into night, and it's early night, but you know, probably about 2 bells past sunset. And you guys head into the third place, and you walk in and you greet the bartender, and you notice over in a corner of the tavern, your buddy Kethos.
We're getting there.
Kethos is at the corner, and he's talking to. There are 2 people sitting at his table, and he's talking to them, and they're sort of talking in relatively hushed tones. They don't seem to have noticed you guys.
Let's keep it that way and wait till he's in a less conspicuous place. I say we wait for him to leave, we follow him, and we jump him. And then we have the upper hand.
Zavroski will, in his old man disguise, kind of find a seat nearby Kethos after buying a drink at the bar and taking it over.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that, sure.
Jake's finding like a dark corner. Kethos is going to recognize him. He's the most noticeable one.
All right.
So he's trying to find a corner where he can like keep an eye on Kethos, but not really be spotted as easily.
All right. All right, Zavroski, roll me a perception check. We are back, Dice Tyrants, and so are you. Good to see you. The Deacon Smith. That's a new name, man. Nice. Whoa. Okay. All right, Zavroski. So he's chatting with these 2 guys, and they seem to be going over sort of basic things where they are apparently talking about, from what you can gather, kind of stepping into this, they're having this sort of conversation about a certain area of the dock ward that one of the guys is concerned that the other guy is infringing on his territory as far as their sails, and it seems that Kethos is sort of arbitrating between the two of them, coming up to some agreement. That's sort of the next several minutes is them kind of talking about this and this guy. So he seems to be kind of managing these two in that regard.
Is one of those two Croaky?
No. Neither of these are Croaky.
Imagine.
That's a good idea. Oh,
I was
man.
like, again?
That would have been bad.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
Croaky keeps coming back.
All right, and you. All right, Jake and Zavroski, roll me perception.
Another?
Yep.
All right.
Another.
Ooh, 21s.
Yep.
Your
You're
drugs
playing
highly
blackjack on point today.
Yeah. All right, you guys notice as he's sitting there talking, he's sitting there talking to them, and he's checking out the bar, talking to them, checking out the bar, talking to them. At one point, he sort of looks at the bar, and you see him look right at Elona, and he sort of pauses a moment, and kind of loses his speaking, and he's yeah. So look, like I was saying, this is, and he kind of continues on. So after a few more minutes of that, they come to a sort of agreement, and the other two are like, yeah, and they shake hands, and he's like, he points at them, and it's, got it, and the other two, both of them get up and they leave, and he sits there and he orders another round, and you see him now actually active looking, and he almost surely notices Cole as well. We see him kind of actively looking around the bar.
But has he had interactions with Elona or Cole? Maybe Cole, but Elona? Would he know? Because she wasn't at the docks.
Well,
Kind of the bonus
but I
of
was
Jake.
hidden.
Yeah, Jake. Kind of the bonus of Jake leaving them out of it at the docks. He may notice a big half orc that's looking
He
kind of
did
bummed
say
out.
he was
but-
xenophobic, so it could just be him being a
True.
fuck.
Could be.
Did Cole and Elona sit next to each other?
Cole was gonna try to find a dark spot, but apparently he already got noticed. So
Yeah, Elona was sitting straight at the bar.
yeah.
Yep. So he
I don't like that.
I gotta think about this.
I don't like that.
Thinking break.
The waiting game.
Well, if is anyone keeping track on how many times Roy has made a character change their original plan for what they were going to do in later levels? Because we're at like 4 now.
So all right. So yeah, he actually picks up his drink and he heads over to the bar, and he sidles up next to Elona.
I hate him
He actually
already.
sort of pushes somebody off to the side to kind of make room for their, and they're like, for a second they kind of look, and he gives them a look, and they're like, and they just move over and give him room, and he sort of sips his drink and he looks over and says, "So, come here much?"
No.
That's true.
Can I help you?
I don't see you around here. Can you help me? I don't know. It's interesting finding you here. Aren't you usually with your buddy Jake? I don't see him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, don't be coy. He looks over and he looks over at Cole, and he's I know you guys. I know a lot about you guys. Ever since that incident back at the dock, I've been doing some research. You see.
Good. I'm glad you're capable of
And
reading.
he's looking around a lot. Like he's like really looking around. He's surely not nervous. But so I just have to wonder what brings you here. If it had just been you, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, look at this hot half orc." But since you're here with your buddy, I can't imagine your other buddies aren't too far away. They're here somewhere, aren't they?
I'm here for a drink. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And why he looks over to Cole. And why are you here, Fred?
We're actually here on a date.
A date?
Yes. This is our first date, and you're ruining it, my friend.
Yeah, it's really it's you're killing the vibe.
A date?
Is
Yes.
that a problem?
Cole, roll me persuasion.
Get him, Cole. Get him.
No. I'm sorry. This is actually deception. Roll me deception.
Does he get advantage because I'm helping him?
Sure. Roll me deception at advantage. Oh, good
You
thing.
need that advantage.
You got
The
it
first
there.
one
Yeah.
sucked.
Come on, Cole. There it is, Cole!
All right, wait.
Boy.
Hang on.
It's because
hang
Cole
on.
really wants it to be a date in his soul.
He's very-
right.
He's like, come on, please believe me.
In fact, it turns out in Cole's mind, this is actually the truth.
This is a date.
This is
It
the
is a
truth,
date.
the actual truth.
Cole believes it in his soul.
And
Really wants it to be a date.
all right. He's like, well, I suppose. And he gives another glance around the whole place. I suppose you're right. Well, good seeing you. You guys have fun. You know what I mean. He looks at Cole. He says, watch her. I hear these types are wild in the sack. But worth it.
I'm taking a glass and slamming it against his head.
Come on, no!
I'm taking a glass and I'm slamming it against his fucking head.
Do it.
As I see her reach the glass, I was like, you probably shouldn't have said that, friend.
May I make an attack, Roy? Maybe
Yeah,
you
of
can-
course. Oh, well, let's
Surprise.
let's
It is
call
a surprise round.
No, let's call that initiative. We're gonna officially call that. Wow.
I should get an attack though at the top of the round because it was a surprise.
I tell you what, I'll give you advantage on your initiative roll. How about that?
No, I want to go first.
No, that's not. So that's not. Unfortunately, that's not how initiative works. It is as long as people can see you, you don't get to have a surprise round. Yeah.
Is that initiative for me too?
Everyone. This is initiative for the bar. The
whole bar.
Oh my
Jake,
God.
Jake, you wanted this. Jake, you wanted this.
Oh Lord.
Hey, I expected him to make some kind of xenophobic comment.
Yeah, to be fair, Roy, I told you, I warned you, anyone who makes a xenophobic comment from now on is not living.
That's not xenophobic. That was like
technically that wasn't xenophobic.
Yeah.
That was
that was like
It
exciting.
was still gross.
it was just gross.
And
Yeah.
after what my dad had been saying about my mom, I don't want to think about it. You get the glass to the face.
All right. No. Hey, look, that's okay. That's okay.
Cole was taken aback too, judging by his initiative. Cole was like, "Oh yes, he believes it's a oh my god."
Like,
All right,
did that
hold
work?
on.
That worked. I can't believe that worked.
Bees, can you look at what Bees said?
Oh no.
Tomato xenophobo.
I don't even want to. Oh Lord. Bees.
Oh god. All right. Woo! Smashing a glass against someone's face. It's a mob boss. It's fine. No big deal, right?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna need a minute to.
To make a.
No, I got that. I just have to. Let's see. Okay, so here is.
So Cole, how was that 20 seconds of date you had with
It was
Elona?
fan-fucking-tastic.
You know,
I got to see my date be a badass. It was great.
literally. I really do like the picture of just Cole going, "You should." It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Everything's fine. Elona's just really not okay. What if Elona like multi-classed into a paladin?
Oh man, Elona with smites would be dangerous.
That would
It'd be
super
hot.
It would. It really would.
Cool. All right. Let's see. This guy is.
Jake's in the background just going, yeah, let's go.
I'm just hoping Cole that can keep this guy alive because we kind of need him.
I don't have any healing magic, so
No, I know,
you gotta
but you
hold back
can
Elona.
you can subdue her, convince Elona to subdue. You're right there. You're the closest to the situation, and I assume that Kethos' men are going to move in on this, so this is going to get pretty crazy. We are in Kethos' bar.
Yep.
If you draw a grid, Roy, people should fit to the.
I have a grid on it. Oh, but I didn't.
I think that's just grid on the image. If you make a Fantasy Grounds grid, it
son of a biscuit eater. Good point.
That's okay. I mean, Elona could die this fight. Then we don't have to worry about what she multi-classes into.
We could all die this fight.
Cole, it's time you must subdue Elona with a seduction haka.
Cool. You know what to do. Seduction haka.
You said it was a date, Cole. You've watched it once. You've watched it once. You should be able to get it, right?
Now, question. Should he do the haka with his pants on or helicopter the whole time?
Helicopter.
Have the hog out.
Too impressive chick, do the helicopter dick. We all know that. Everybody knows that.
To be fair, as a female, helicopter dick is hilarious. It's real fucking funny.
As a dude, it's hilarious.
What is going on here? I need to hurry up and get this done.
Fucking funny.
Things are falling apart quickly.
Pants on advantage and a +4.
Okay. Let's see. Let's try
There
that.
you go. That's what we can do for bits. It's called release the hog, and just Cole has to be pantsless every time he does something.
Sake.
If someone donates that much bits, done.
I don't know if I like. Oh man. All right. Actually, that's not terrible.
1,000 bits.
1,000 bits.
All right.
Were they at the bar or
Yep,
where
we were
was
at the
the?
bar.
Yeah. Let's see. Which end of this is the bar? Oh, that's over here.
Right there.
Yep. Up.
Little L bar.
There we go. Thanks, guys. All right. So y'all can be. Let's see.
And where was the original seat that Kethos would have been in?
You guys put yourself. Oh, Kethos originally.
Was he like? Over
Yeah, he would have been down.
booths?
Hang on, I gotta bring Kethos on here. Hold on. Yeah, he would have been down. Yeah, that bottom right area. So you guys
But he
wouldn't be.
moved.
So Zavroski, you might be down there, kind of sitting next to him here. Jake, you can be kind of wherever you want, since you were kind of just hiding out in there.
Jake is just lurking.
Malurker.
Lurking.
While shaking from all of the drugs.
I'm off the drugs now. I've come down off the drugs until I get more drugs for next reading. Next reading session, more drugs. Wish is like Adderall for Jake.
Oh, I'm just excited for like 2 episodes down the line when Roy's like, hey, you know the fact you haven't been taking Wish? Good luck.
I would not do anything. That's crazy. To even
You
think
killed
that.
Auntie Ruth. You have no soul. New t-shirt.
You have no soul. You killed Auntie Ruth.
You killed Auntie Ruth. You have no soul. Bees will agree with me, right? Bees, back me up.
Holy shit! Look at the initiatives in this round. Oh man.
Yeah, this bitch.
Cole is stunned. Huh?
Cole is confused. Where's Kethos on the map?
Cole thought they pulled off the lie, and then
next to you.
And then Matt just...
yeah, and then that happened.
Inside Cole's going, yes, it worked. No!
I was so close.
And the fact Elona did agree with it for a moment, too. She's like, yeah, leave. And Cole's like, oh.
Cole had it all for but a second.
All right. So
Split second.
Elona says that's it, and she grabs this mug and she's like going to do that, and Kethos is like, and everybody's like, and in that moment, as everybody's starting to move, Zavroski almost premeditatively.
Zavroski just sees the anger boiling up before she really reaches for it, and he uses minor illusion to make a huge bang sound from this corner to draw as many people's attention away from the fight that's going to break out at the bar that he can.
Smart idea, Zav.
As few eyes on the glass smash.
The half-orc just beating the shit out of their boss.
Okay.
Guys, we're going to fight an entire bar. Are you ready?
Oh, there's a bar fight. This turned into an epic bar fight.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
My concern is that I only see Kethos on the map right now.
There are other patrons. Yeah. Okay. So big crash.
What you don't see are the 12 other agents in the bar.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Jake, Dean, Melshimber, what's your plan? There's a huge crash out over there, and everybody kind of like looks over there.
But I wouldn't know that was Zav that did that.
Unless you were watching me do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. You guys know each other.
No, Jake was watching the Kethos Elona situation. So he sees Elona about to bottle this guy, and he's gonna try and he's gonna get caught in that. No, stop! I mean, he's gonna hold his turn because he can't really. Nothing that would actually make him move has happened yet, technically.
So if you want to do the hold action, you can. Like if you want to establish a trigger to be able to take your action.
Oh, when Elona smashes the bottle over Kethos' head, Jake will make the move towards the bar.
Okay, so you're gonna hold your action until Elona takes her action.
Because technically nothing's happened yet.
Yeah. Well, this is happening. So Elona's like she's in the process of like, okay, that's it. And she's like grabbing the mug, and her intention is pretty clear. And so this is the part where like, this is like the Wild West where everybody's kind of sitting there with their hands over their guns, and Elona reaches for her holster, right? And so now everybody's like pulling out their guns and shooting at each other.
Can Jake make a perception check to see if he notices any of Kethos' henchmen making actions?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll me perception.
Jakey.
12.
Jakey. What the fuck?
I just don't want to interrupt your smash. I want to let you smash the glass over his head first.
You notice that there are a couple of patrons that are standing near the doorway, very near you, are taking a keen interest in what's happening at the bar over there. And they're you see them kind of reaching.
I'll move to here to intercept, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, you got it.
So all attacks against Jake are disadvantage.
Okay.
And that would be my turn.
He's adding 16 more henchmen as we speak.
12 wasn't enough.
I'm trying to think if I. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do this.
You hear Kethos go. He does one of those quick, like, high pitched whistles. Yeah. Everybody at the bar turns around.
Yeah. Like a fucking scene in Tangled.
Let's see, Zav, what spell was that you cast? The
minor illusion.
All right, let me see. Let me give these guys a
26, 27.
No.
How many more of these guys can we add?
Oh wow. Okay.
36 more.
There are 36 more guys in the bar.
All right, tell you what. This round, there are a couple of guys here. Hang on. By the door, and they sort of grab their weapons. They don't pull their weapons yet, but they look and they're watching this at the bar. And then suddenly they're distracted, and they look over to the right to kind of see what's going on over there. And they're going to spend their action sort of kind of looking over to the right to see what's happening there. That actually takes us to Elona.
Smash, motherfucker.
Smash. All right, beer mug smash. What's a beer mug? Improvised weapon, I guess? Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
So what is that? D20 plus what? Strength?
Yeah, you don't get proficiency bonus on improvised weapons.
Yeah, I'm not proficient, so. Oof. 12. Does a 12 hit?
Oh, actually, 12 does actually hit, yes.
Hey, how much damage does it do? 1d4, I assume?
I think it's D2.
Well, that's dumb.
What's a glass? It's a glass mug.
She's a monk. I don't know. Can she just use her monk die?
Well, she
No,
could,
I can't.
but I mean, that's yeah.
Not a monk weapon.
Let's say a glass mug is D2. It wouldn't be as good as stab.
Should I just roll a D4 and then half it?
Sure, yeah.
Wow, 1.
Uno. Plus strength.
Plus
strength. Yeah. Plus strength.
So 5.
Whoa.
Because I have a plus 4 strength. She's beefy, dude.
Wow, that's like
blood.
And yeah, so you smash him, and he says,
That, my friend, was the wrong thing to say.
All right. He is like, bitch, that's not tolerated in this place. And he pulls out this club, basically this sort of mace, and he's just like swings it at you. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done with your turn, Elona? Is that all you wanted to do on that turn?
Yeah, because she wasn't really preparing anything. I'm not going to use key. She was just preparing to smack him in the face.
All right. So he attacks you with this mace to the face. All right.
Okay. Ow.
Minimum.
Oh, that's not bad.
He attacks you a second time.
Ooh. Oh no.
Oof to the max. Oof.
Oh, crit. Fuck.
All right. Not bad. 12 points. All right. So, he pulls like, bitch, that's just not tolerated in this place. And he looks around. Kill her. And her boyfriend.
Cole's like,
I will respond.
He called me her boyfriend.
I will respond to this. Hello. Yes, that's me.
if this is how Cole goes out, this is the happiest Cole will ever be.
All right. Cole, the
And Dice Tyrant just gave Elona inspiration.
Oh, Thank you, Dice Tyrant. She probably needs it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
Oh no, you're.
I'm dandy.
You're fine. We'll see. Well, we'll see. Just see about that now.
I'm dandy. God damn it.
Well, let's see. All right, Cole Voidfang, you have first chance to defend your maiden's honor.
Excuse you. Please use his real title, Elona's boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
How many times is he gonna get to be called that?
Mr. Elona,
Ever.
you may now go.
Mr. Sarah.
He took her name. I love it.
Are you kidding? Elona would never take his name.
Yeah.
He would definitely take hers.
They'd keep their own names, okay? Thank you.
It's hyphenated.
Sarah
But it's
Cole.
Voidfang Sarah.
No, it's not. It's Sarah Voidfang.
It's hyphenated, Mr. hyphen Sarah. That's the hyphen. He's keeping his.
Oh my god.
That's
So
true.
Cole
Voidfang
will,
Sarah is pretty cool, actually. All right, so I'm sorry. What are you doing, Cole?
Cole will go to his other the Kethos' other side.
But how'd you get away with it? Oh, you. Oh, all right.
Flank.
All right.
Flank, bitch.
And that was a big mistake. As the ravens fly. And his sword gets enveloped in a spectral raven wing. And he will take a swing.
Oh.
That's my boyfriend.
Eat feathers, bitch.
That's a
For
big
a
hit.
22.
Ouch.
Caw, motherfucker.
That's right.
That's got to be the next shirt. Let's be fair.
Motherfucker.
Caw,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Yeah,
With some
that's
like raven wings on the back.
For
a
10.
plus 8 on damage? Holy shit.
Yes.
Damn.
Cool.
Did you curse him?
I
Is
did.
That's including the curse damage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know that. All right.
He has my Hexblade's curse. Sorry.
All right. Anything else, Cole?
He now where he got hit by the sword has those raven feathers embedded in his chest. If he moves, he's gonna take a D8 of thunder damage.
Oh,
To be
man.
fair, I don't think he's gonna move because he wants to kill Elona.
All
But
right.
he's more than welcome to.
This takes us to Zavroski. Jake Dean, you're on deck, baby.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready. There's a reason that square is there.
Is there anywhere that Zavroski be able to walk where a thug couldn't actually walk up to him and hit him?
Ooh.
Is this a door that's open?
That wait. Yeah, well, yes, those are both doors because there's a hearth there. So that's like a sort of private dining room back there in the back. So you could go there, I guess. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can get over there if you wanted to.
First, he's going to use Tasha's hideous laughter on this.
Yes.
I knew that was coming.
Here.
I knew that was coming.
Wisdom 15 if you want to make the save.
I do want to make the save. Come on. baby.
Tasha's.
All right, which one is that?
Tasha's.
1 or 2?
Thug, 2, the closer one.
All right. Make me a perception check, Zavroski.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All right.
good.
So these two thugs here are looking over here. You notice there are two more patrons that are taking a very keen interest.
Ooh, we're fighting a whole bar, guys.
In this situation. Just sort of an FYI. These guys are reaching and taking an interest in this whole situation.
And you would notice that Jake has his eyes on those two guys to the south of him.
Yep. All right. So Tasha laughter on Thug 2.
Well, if you notice those other two guys.
Yeah. I want to give you that before you
get ganged up on and beaten the shit out of.
No, that's Elona getting ganged up on and getting the shit beat of.
He'll still do that.
Okay. Let's see. So that's gonna be wisdom save. Come on, Thug 2. 2. Oh no, that's not what I wasn't trying to say. All right, Thug 2 is on the ground, laughing uncontrollably, incapacitated. Right? Yes. All right.
Prone. He's on the floor, prone, laughing.
Oh no, there are no chumps.
Tasha's.
All right,
and then he's gonna bonus action Mantle of Inspiration everybody for 5 temp HP. So
all
Thank
right.
you.
he glows in Fayish magic, imbuing his allies with vigor and speed.
Nice.
I appreciate it.
All right,
So
everybody
everyone can move if they want, without provoking opportunity attacks using their reaction.
Wow. All right.
So if he's allowed to do that, he's actually used his reaction this turn and be walking out the door. Excuse me. Sorry. Very sorry.
You're going out the front door.
Without provoking opportunity attacks.
No way. This spell is out of control, man.
Bye, Zav.
Good luck, guys.
Fuck you, Zav.
All right, so
he's like using his old man cane and is like, oh, very sorry. What are you laughing at, little man? And as he walks over to the laughing guy. And...
That spell is out of control. But I mean, they would.
I have no reaction. I can't opportunity attack anyone or anything like that. So.
Yeah. So, but they would notice. So this wouldn't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
So
he's still playing it up, but
yeah. So you're
the
outside.
thugs aren't that dumb.
Is the door open or closed?
Did you shut the door behind you, Zav?
He'd probably shut it behind him just so that hopefully none of the thugs go and beat him. It's not like it's locked.
All right, you notice Zav walks out and shuts the door behind him. All right,
Zavroski.
Jake, Dean, Melshimber. I see there's. I
thought we were acquaintances.
I see there's a square drawn, Jake. What's going on?
Well, first Jake looks back at Cole and goes, "Cole, remember we need Kathos alive." And then he charged down here.
What?
And that little square is the 15-foot cube for Thunderwave.
Ooh, all right.
Yes, Jake.
And as he slides between these guys, he slams his fist down to the ground, and from it emits a shockwave. Both these guys need to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is right.
Jake is an anime.
I am. Where's my DC? I guess I can just.
Jake is now
here.
Pikachu.
I've never used Thunderwave before. It's DC 12.
12.
It's not that high.
Let's see. Thug 1. Ooh, he saves. Thug 2 fails.
Yes,
all right,
fails.
so he is laughing hysterically and fails.
Yes.
So the first guy, Thug 1, will take half damage on this.
Okay.
And the other guy gets full damage and gets knocked back 10 feet.
Yes.
Ooh. All right, let's see. So Thug 2.
So right out that door.
Thug 2's taking 9. Thug 1 takes half of that. All right. And he's getting knocked how far?
10 feet back.
Gonna hit the wall, isn't he?
Well, in this wall, yeah, he'd be like hitting the wall, I guess, really.
With a force that would knock you back 10 feet.
All right.
He is winded and laughing.
Let's give him
extra damage from the
let's
wall?
give him an extra D6 damage from plastering himself into the wall.
Woo, 5 damage.
All right.
I think it was the other one, right?
That's Thug 2.
That failed?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's Thug 1 that failed. Or you rolled Thug 1 for both of them.
Yeah. No. Thug 1. Yeah. But I did them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. I just, yeah. So, yeah. The first one was Thug 1. He made it. So he still, wait, no, you don't get knocked back if you make it.
Yeah. You take half damage. So he would only take the 5 damage or 4 damage?
4. Yeah. Round down.
That's round down.
Round down.
All right, and so Thug 2, he was laughing. So is that another save, or is it automatically end?
Yeah, when he takes damage, he gets another save.
All right, let me give him a wisdom save here real quick.
Fail.
Come on, wisdom save.
DC 15. Didn't
Wow.
make it.
All right, so he's it's the funniest thing in the world as he gets blown back, smashed into the wall, lands on the ground.
Some people are into that.
Oh, that's awesome! Oh, that's awesome! Ah! He's like bleeding. His ears are bleeding. His nose is bleeding. He's like, this is awesome! All right, this guy is getting kind of beat up. Okay, that does take us to the thugs. All right, Thug 1, Jake is right next to you. He actually, he says, "Oh, that's a pretty impressive attack, but." So is this. That wasn't the best line. I'm going to think of a better line. All right.
Wow.
He's just a dumb muscle man. He's a dumb muscle man.
How about this?
Not
He's
everybody
not very
can be a
intimidating.
full fleshed out NPC, damn it. Okay, look. Jade, you take a... Ooh, that's a big hit.
Ouch. Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, Dean, take 4 damage. And
Reduced from
He is
10
temp HP.
attack number 2.
What's with the crits?
Dude,
Ow,
Roy's rolls are on tonight. All right. So only 7 damage total. The temp HP helped out a lot for that. Fine, that's good.
Usually does.
All right. Thug 2 laughs at the end of his turn. He'll make another wisdom save. Nope. He's just funniest shit ever. All right. He's just continuing to laugh on the floor. Let's see. 5, 15, 20, 25. All right. So this thug is going to come over here and
Really? Not gonna flank me?
help out his buddy. Well, this guy's going to come over here and flank
Okay, that's
Elona.
Understandable.
You know what? Maybe not. Let's see. 1 through 5. I don't know what they would do. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, they do. They both come for Elona.
Yeah,
They come.
I mean, Kethos whistled for him, so I assume
they come
were all
running
coming
across.
to me.
They come running
It's
across.
not good.
Nope,
All right, Thug 3, Elona. Sorry, 2 attacks.
that's fine.
Oh wait, hold on.
They're at least level 5, guys.
And
Hey,
No.
just saying, if Jake was fucked up when Auntie Ruth died, imagine how fucked up he's gonna be when Elona dies. I have temp HP. It's fine.
yeah.
I have 5 points of temp HP and 15
Alright.
hit points.
All right, so this guy is actually.
I know, Dice Tyrants. You don't need to remind me.
Yeah. See, he knows what a thug is too. So that's you can tell that's a dungeon master there. All right, so these guys, when they're around each other, they are much more dangerous.
Yeah.
In fact, getting advantage on their attacks.
Tactic.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
doesn't matter in that case, at least. So Thug 3 is going to hit you, Elona.
Is one attacking Cole, or I mean, Cole stabbed him.
I don't know. Let's do Thug 3 first.
I mean, I am saying for the fair point of this game, Kethos did say to kill me.
That's true.
All right. So Elona, 2 hits. Sorry. Not bad. Easy. And
Yeah, miss.
Horrible. Not horrible.
you're fine.
9 hit points left with another person attacking me with pack tactics. That's fine.
And advantage. Yeah, no problem. All right, Thug 4.
Fuck me up, fam.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good. You're
mace-
good. I
mace to
got
the
myself into
face.
this. All right, I'll
Look
take
at
the
that.
miss.
What?
I'll
Look
take the
Jesus Christ,
miss.
what was the lower dice?
3.
Dropped a 2.
16
dropped a 2.
hits. Yeah. All right.
That
Ooh.
Oh, I'm
max
still up
damage.
with 1! Yes!
And you've got one after that, even though.
Yeah, I do. I
Still
have
got one more after that.
Oh man. All right, Elona, you are alive and up, and these guys are mad at you. They are like, bitch.
Elona's going to do something Elona has never done before. She will take disengage, and she will run away.
What? Elona, I don't even. Hold on.
What?
She's not leaving Cole alone, but she's not putting herself in that situation.
I don't even know you right now.
Run out of here. I don't care.
She
Run out of
needs-
here.
If you need the reasoning behind it, she needs to stay alive to avenge her mother's death. She can't do that if she's dead. So she will disengage.
All right. Where are you headed?
Here.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm not out. I can't leave Cole alone because she
Yep.
would feel really bad. So she's staying there.
Just not being surrounded anymore.
Yeah, that's the only point. Is she's just trying not to be surrounded anymore.
I mean, they will be able to move
I know.
again. All right.
The Adept just gave Roy inspiration. That's the first time that's happened in this campaign.
Chris.
Why? Like, he doesn't need inspiration right now. I am on the brink of death,
He's
sir.
got pack tactics. He can't get an advantage twice. So it's all fine.
Apparently, I need inspiration. What can I
No,
say?
you don't.
Look, all I'm saying is, inspiration. Wait, where's my? Come on, give me my thing. Come on, inspiration.
give my thing.
Come on.
And
Why isn't it
Alona's
showing?
gonna look to Jake and just mouth, "I'm sorry," and that will be her turn.
All right. This brings us to Kethos.
Hi.
Move, Kessos. Come get me, Kessos.
All right.
Move so you get that extra
Kethos-
damage, bitch.
Kethos is Kethos. Oh yeah, he's like, oh no, you don't hit me and leave, bitch. And he wouldn't do that. He would go this way. All right, he'll come this way after Alona.
Take his damage.
And so was that? Is
Take
there
an extra
a
D8?
save for that? Just automatic.
Just
Is there
has
a-
Automatic.
If he moves, yeah.
5 more
Yes.
damage.
All right.
All the feathers that were embedded in him explode at once.
And he does. He's like, oh, fucking sorcerer, you. And after it explodes, he actually looks at Elona and he turns around and he looks at Cole and he's like, you.
Probably shouldn't have moved.
Fuck you. And he attacks you with his mace. Cole.
No, leave him
My
alone.
my AC is 18. I'm using my sword with 2 hands.
All right, he does get. Let's see. He does get his pack tactics because one of his allies is near
there?
you. Yep.
Don't hurt
And-
Cole. Please don't.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. All right. Man, miss.
Whoop, whoop.
And another one.
Oh, what are
Yeah.
you and your crits, Roy?
Dude, I know
Roy.
my rolls are.
That's
Roy, what
3
is-
crits
What are
already.
you doing, man?
I'm telling you.
TPK.
I might need to do this.
TPK.
In my last big game, I literally took NPC crits out of the game because the dice
but we're
rolls
not
were
bitches,
so. Oh, I sure hope none of those grognards are sitting
No,
watching us now,
the
Chris.
adept is in the chat.
Oh, I know. Oh, ouch! That stings. That's gonna leave a mark. Chris.
It's fine. I'm gonna be dead. It's fine.
All right, Cole, you take this guy. This guy is mad at you.
It's but a mere flesh wound. Cole barely
Cole.
notices it.
Cole, it's
on,
your
Cole.
turn for retribution.
Slap him in the face with your hog.
Yeah, take your dick out.
Hog is out.
Mushroom Bruce!
Hog
Helicopter.
damage.
I am torn between.
Did you want a hellish rebuke or no? Because he hit you.
Hmm?
Yeah, I know. I'm torn
You
what to
can?
do. I can use that as a reaction, but I'll still have my turn, right?
You'd
Right.
use that
In
as
fact-
your reaction on his turn, not on your turn.
That's
So
right.
you-
And
Okay.
on your turn, your reaction will be refreshed when you take your turn.
So just use it.
There's
Wait, yeah,
no
I'm
downside.
gonna hit him with the rebuke.
All right, man. Throw that damage
It's
out
hellish.
What do you say to him?
It's a save first, right? Dex
there.
save.
Ooh, is there a save against that?
I think
for
so.
half damage? Yeah, I think.
I'll take that. Dex save. Probably makes it. All right, half damage, no problem.
Come on, Cole. Nice.
Holy shit!
Nice.
17.
Is it?
Is it 2D? Or is
It's
it one?
another one because you're casting at second level slot now, right? It's 3d10 now. Level 1, it's 2d10, and then
Okay.
every.
Well, then another 6.
Booyaka shot.
So half of 23.
Yes,
What is that?
Cole.
11? Damn.
You will know the Raven's embrace
Kethos is
soon
heavily-
enough, Kethos.
Heavily
man.
wounded.
All right, Cole. What's your action now? Holy shit!
my-
that's big
my
damn.
action-
Ouch.
After I just pissed them off, my action is I'm going to cast mirror image on myself.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So you're gonna see just 3 duplicates of Cole just come out of his chest, and they're all just gonna switch spots and change spaces, and that'll be his turn.
I like it. I like it. All right, Zavroski, your turn.
Zavroski pushes the door back open with his fake sword cane to see what's going on. Sees the scene. How many people are around the bar in this area? Oh, can't draw the thing in that area.
Oh, at this point, people not involved in the scuffle have like scattered to the walls. So there's like the bar, the area you guys are fighting in is actually kind of wide open. It's you guys, and the regular patrons have just like scattered. Ah!
Do I want to do this? Probably.
Hey,
10-foot
missing-
radius.
Nobody told me we're missing music. Where's the music? Where's the epic fight music? I'm sorry. You go ahead. I'm just doing mine.
If you need to get Elona in it, you can.
No, that's gonna kill you. That'll hit those 2 thugs.
All right. What are you casting?
It's like he shout out, "Shouldn't we all be leaving?" And then he's casting Shatter.
Nice. Awesome. Boom.
Yes.
I love Zav.
All right. Let's see. What's the effect of this is gonna have?
It's gonna mess up the bar.
It's loud as fuck.
A creature takes
So is
3d8
Thunder Wave, so we're good.
thunder damage on a failed save or half a successful creature. Organic. Wow, so basically everything in that area is just going to get blown up.
Just desecrated, yeah.
And they're going to take 3d8 thunder damage. All right, so let's see. What is that? Thug 4 and 3?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, let's see. We'll do...
Constitution saving throws.
Gotcha. All right, so Thug 3, just to avoid confusion. Thug 3. Uh-oh. Thug 4.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, not good. Not good. All right, so do the damage, and then explain to us what this looks like in a bar. What does a shatter look like in a bar?
Horrible.
Full of...
Everything just turns to
Splinters.
So you just kind of hear a ringing noise get suddenly super loud, and there's an explosion from pretty much the center of the corner of the bar as debris of stools and the bar go everywhere around
glass,
the area.
like, oh, bad.
So all the glasses just, and then the bar kind of explodes in all kind of pieces as these guys get real hurt.
Wow. All right, man. 3d8 each.
Fuck him up, Zav.
Glad this isn't our bar.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
Elona would be very upset.
13.
All right, that's
I'll
3 and
drop it
4.
on.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, baby. All right. Ouch. Okay.
And with that, he'll use his bonus action to do the same Mantle of Inspiration
Oh.
as he said, shouldn't we be leaving?
Let's go.
All right, 5 health for everyone. Man.
I'll take it.
And,
I need it.
Man.
He's actually walking away from the bar.
Close the door again.
No, he's left the door open and he's walking away.
Actively walking away from us.
All right.
Jake's using that reaction to move.
Anyone can use the reaction to move away.
Oh yeah. All right, so put yourselves wherever you want to be, I guess, since you can move without opportunity attacks now.
Staying in the bar.
Okay.
Right next to Jakey boy.
Oh boy.
And as Jake moves, he's gonna draw his gun since he hasn't drawn a weapon yet.
Yes, use that gun. Use that gun.
Oh man.
He just reaches behind his jacket. Gun
Cole,
out.
what are you doing? Cole, come to
Cole's
us, damn
keeping
it.
my sneak attack on. Plus, he's got mirror image, so he's almost impossible to hit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow. All right.
Well, I apologize to Jake, who I'm about to bring all of the thugs over to. My bad.
That's okay. I'm about to shoot them with a pretty loud gun, so I'm pretty
That's
sure
fair.
draw some attention.
All right. Okay. Small aside, we're in the middle of combat for sure, and Ketho is sort of and the thugs. So it's actually the turn of the 4 thugs before Elona goes.
No, it's
And-
Jake's turn.
It's Jake's turn. But yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jake, it is your turn.
So Jake's already got the gun drawn, thanks to Zavroski. He was gonna have to use cunning action otherwise. And he's gonna take aim at Thug 3, who just took that shatter. And he's gonna fire off the gun at him. There's no way I miss this because I'll use advantage or I'll use my inspiration if I miss. So we'll just see if I can get a crit. That's basically.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. All right.
25 on a crit.
There's
There's
your
a crit
crit,
hit?
Jake.
There's a crit hit. Just wondering if a crit hit.
What's
This
that? We'll
guy's
just see if I get a
head
crit.
blows up.
We'll just have
And that's a poison bullet, by the way, because always throw poison first.
God. Oh no! Oh no!
And he's gonna have
Decimated.
sneak attack.
He's decimated.
So that's without doubling my dice.
Oh!
And then my double dice are maxed, so that's 3d10 max.
Wait, 30 more damage?
Another 30, but I still have sneak. Unless he's dead, I'll
Oh
overkill
my
him. But
God! Are you kidding me?
he's dead.
Brain
Okay,
is
cool.
splattered across everything.
Wow!
That's a headshot, baby. Nothing but headshots.
Is that the one that's next to Kethos or the one by himself by the
No,
boat?
No,
next
the
to
one next to
Kethos.
Kethos, because I wanted to get my sneak
Okay,
attack if I didn't
so
crit.
Kethos is just cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, you do. You
Well,
like
also, Jake just fucking shot a gun right by Elona's ear.
Jake pulls out this weird
Motherfucker.
item, and there's this clap of thunder. And before anyone can react, the head of the guy next to Kethos explodes. Except it explodes directionally all over Kethos and the wall behind him. And Kethos is sitting there sort of stunned in awe as goo and brain matter of his henchman
It's just like a mist.
blown all over him. And the henchman body just stands there for a moment to
Sorry,
lands
guys,
heavily
I have a cartoon thing I'm gonna do. It'll be great.
on the floor. Holy shit.
Provided I survive.
You did like double damage of his max health, and he was already wounded heavily.
Dead.
Like, holy shit, that was so much damage.
So what you're saying is he's not coming back.
This one's not coming back.
You gave
We're not
Jake
going to be able to question that guy.
You did this. You gave Jake a gun.
I didn't expect him to roll 20s on the crits with the sneaking.
You
Oh my
did
god.
this. You
Jeez.
gave him a gun.
All right, so Kethos is with this, and he's actually wounded himself, heavily wounded himself, and with this, Kethos is like, okay, look, and he looks at his mates, whoa, look, we can talk about this.
Hashtag intimidation.
Jake, what is you want exactly? Unfortunately,
Did you want to save this for next? Yeah, I was about to say.
unfortunately, friends, we are out of time for this week. I know. It's like we blink and
Cliffhanger.
It's been an hour. So you guys have tracked down this guy whom Jake suspects is behind the entire operation of blowing up Troll Skull Alley, killing several civilians, a couple of children, and Auntie Ruth. You tracked him down to one of his own haunts, fought him and his men, obliterated this one poor thug.
And the bar is destroyed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
oh,
fucked
yeah,
up
the
their
bar
bar
is
real good,
wrecked.
Sam.
Wrecked.
The bartender's back there like, come on, man, like, come on.
Did anybody ever watch Avatar with Aang, with the melon
Yes.
vendor, the melon cart
Yes.
vendor?
Oh my god,
That's
the
exact-
card vendor.
My melons!
That's exactly it.
Vendor
That is exactly this, man. All right, so apparently you guys have gotten this guy to at least convinced to talk, but we'll see. So you're in the destroyed bar. There's this one body there. There's gray brain matter all over the place, and we're gonna find out soon what this guy's got to say. That's a week away. Do we have any announcements to make? Oh yeah, don't forget merch store. Stop on in. We have the coolest coffee mug. I'm not even shitting you. The coolest coffee mug. The Seduction Haka coffee mug is the best thing I'm going to own here in like a minute. It's just super cool.
Seduction Haka.
It's so cool. And we'll get some cool t-shirts, some cool merch. So check that out. And whether or not you buy the merch, I'm super interested in your feedback on that. So if you want to come hit us up on Discord, let me know. Check out Twitch. We got the link down there where you can join our Discord channel. We'd love to have you. And if you got some feedback, positive or negative, for the store stuff, we definitely appreciate it. That'd be super cool. And of course, if you want the merch, it's yours, baby. Anybody else got anything before I go? What am I forgetting?
Looking forward to next week.
I'm
Tune in
looking
next
forward
week,
to your
goddammit.
beard coming back, motherfucker, Jake.
Well, the beard
next
will be back next week, and we'll get to question Kethos.
Oh yeah, fantastic. So next week, lots of stuff's gonna happen. Until
Or
then,
blow up more skulls. No!
Did you miss it, Hector? Did I say it and you didn't say it?
Yes, that's what just happened. That just happened.
Yeah, that just happened.
wow. All right.